second meeting that we're having. We're going to have a meeting with President Putin, President Zelensky, myself, and maybe we'll bring some of the European leaders along, maybe not.
When he meets Putin later today, Mr. Trump says it will not take long for him to size up the Russian leader's intentions. Victoria Coates, former Trump Deputy National Security Advisor.
He said he thinks he's going to figure out in about 30 seconds if something's possible, and if it is, he'll pursue it, and if not, he'll walk away, the way he walked away from Kim Jong-un when those meetings just were meetings for the sake of meetings, and there was no deal to be had. He said, fine, and walked away. So I think we'll see some version of that.
Coates speaking with the Salem Radio Network. The head of the Drug Enforcement Administration is now Washington, D.C.'s Emergency Police Commissioner, named to that post by Attorney General Pam Bondi. It's not sitting well with city officials.
Bondi says DEA head Terry Cole will assume powers and duties vested in the District of Columbia police chief, and that the Metropolitan Police Department must get Cole's approval before issuing any orders. D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab is calling Bondi's directive unlawful and says it cannot be followed by the city's police force.
Correspondent Donna Warder says D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser also objects to Bondi's action, which is part of President Trump's attempt to remove criminals from the streets and combat homelessness in D.C. Retail sales up 0.5% last month compared to June. Auto sales especially robust in July. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures are up 240 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
If you're living with pain, see how Relief Factor can help.
My back got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about Relief Factor from my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day for 3 weeks. Look at her and I said, the pain is gone. And she said, I'm glad it helped. I said, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. Go to ReliefFactor.com and get your 3-week quick start today. Only $19.95.
Everybody is keeping an eye on the Fed and how an interest rate cut might affect gold prices. Gold has been hovering at around $3,400 an ounce for the last 2 months and is poised for dramatic growth with the next interest rate cut. If you have a qualified IRA or 401k, you could receive up to $10,000 in free gold and silver when you open your retirement account with Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000 now or visit AdvantageGold.com and get your free gold IRA guide. Consult with your financial and tax professionals before making investment decisions. Call 800-900-8000.
Attempts to forge a global agreement aimed at combating plastic pollution have failed.
In Geneva, nations remain deadlocked over whether a plastic pollution treaty should reduce exponential growth of plastic production and put global legally binding controls on toxic chemicals used to make plastics. Inga Anderson, Executive Director of the UN Environment Programme, says despite challenges, despite the disappointments, significant progress was made. She says this process won't stop, but it's too soon to say how long it will take to get a treaty down. I'm Charles Dillard.
Tropical storm Erin approaching Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, bringing heavy rains, could cause flooding and landslides. The National Hurricane Center in Miami reports the storm is several hundred miles east of the northern Leeward Islands. Maximum sustained winds 70 miles per hour. Tropical storm watch is in effect for parts of the Leeward Islands. News and analysis, townhall.com. First Lady Melania Trump demanded that Hunter Biden retract comments linking her to Jeffrey Epstein and threatened to sue if he does not.
Mrs. Trump takes issue with 2 comments former President Joe Biden's son made in an interview this month with American journalist Andrew Callaghan. He alleged that Epstein introduced the First Lady to now President Donald Trump. Melania Trump's lawyer, Alejandro Brito, wrote in a letter to Biden that the statement was false, defamatory, and extremely salacious. Biden's remarks were widely disseminated on social media and reported by media outlets around the world, causing the First Lady, quote, to suffer overwhelming financial and reputational harm. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Air Canada flight attendants threatened to walk off the job this coming weekend. The strike would throw the plans of many summer travelers into disarray. The airline has started canceling flights, and it plans to lock out the workers, and that could potentially halt all operations by tomorrow morning. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, come on. I feel the hot wind on my shoulder. of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday. Made it.
Yes.
'Tis Friday.
And I don't know, this week felt like one of those, like, we climbed through a mile-long tube of dump to get to the sun on the other side, because, wow.
To
get to say what the neho of the
place.
weekend.
Good deal. Well, we made it.
Yeah, we did.
We did. So, happy Friday.
That's right.
Hope everyone's Friday's going swimmingly well.
Still got all my extremities. Can't
Start
complain. Yeah.
Start the weekend. I hope everyone else goes in the weekend 10 and 10 and comes out 10 and 10.
Yeah, come out 9 to 10. Well, I'm not sure what to tell you.
It's the 4th of July weekend.
Next time, don't hold the bottle rocket.
But yes, happy weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Got like those little rain chances every day too,
Yeah.
like 20-30%. Like it's gonna be warm. Like I think today's high is like 98.
Yesterday, the high was only like, I think we were up to like 99 for the high.
Yeah.
It, in my car, said 104. It felt just miserable
I think
yesterday.
there's a smidge of humidity to go with it.
It was terrible.
Yeah, because it clouded up there in the afternoon again. And so I think there's a little smidge of humidity.
It's one of those things one of those situations where I have to apologize to my friends and family for how I acted when it was hot. Sorry about the things I said when I was heated.
I was literally hot-headed.
I was literally hot-headed. Absolutely, yeah.
But so do you have plans for the weekend?
I have no plans for the weekend, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Plans always, surface,
Sure,
create themselves, but
nothing like designated. Like we are going to put Destination X this week.
I might actually be able to clean my house for the first time this administration.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Set of rubber gloves, couple of trash bags, and a dream.
You find so many things when you do this.
That's absolutely true. You're like, I didn't even need that. I have 2 of them over here.
Wow, I did have that. I knew I bought another one of those.
I swear, I thought I had a pack of underwear. I knew it was in here somewhere. There it is.
There she is.
We finally found it.
There's old Fruit of the Loom.
That's right. We tracked them down.
But yeah, my weekend's quiet and looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything pressing I think we have to do this weekend.
It's amazing how as you get older, the lack of plans becomes like the desired way of doing things.
Yeah.
I've got nothing going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. I do look forward to, like, I could do whatever I want or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, if you do have no plans and then you're sitting there in about an hour or two and you're like, I want to do something. Don't know what to do, but I'm not motivated to. I'll just watch another episode of this on TV. Yeah.
The remote's right there. It's real hot outside. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna.
You want to go? Nah. Maybe later. Maybe later. We'll go. But yeah. But the thought that I don't have to do. That's the part. The ability to not. Like it's like sleeping in.
Right.
I get to. But I still get up at like 7 o'clock, which is not.
Well, and I think a lot of that is number one, we forced ourselves into becoming morning people, being morning DJs, but also, and this is my mindset at least, I could sleep in. I could lay here and get caught up on sleep, or enjoy the sleep time, but I don't want to. There's
Right.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know, I could be up. I could be watching shows. I
Yeah.
could be,
Now I want to be up.
Yeah.
Now that I'll have to do anything, I want to be up.
I mean, I don't have to do anything, but I want to be conscious when I'm doing it. you
Just
know?
like when we were kids, man. Even though we had no school, we're still up at 6 a.m. with a bowl of cereal in front of the TV. It's like, I ain't got nothing to do today.
What do you mean when we were 6? I did that last weekend.
Right, but that was like when the sweet cartoons, designated cartoon zone, you know?
Yeah.
Where now they got cartoons 24/7. We had to work around the cartoon schedule
Mm-hmm.
when we were kids. We didn't have the luxury of just 24/7 cartoons.
You know, I was never, and I've never, still am not somebody who enjoys really an afternoon nap.
Yeah.
However, I discovered this past weekend while we were in Hobbs, the beauty of exhausting yourself into the need for a midday nap.
Yeah.
Like the people that I was with were like, well, we're tired. We're going to go take a nap. And I'm not just going to like sit here and watch TV quietly. So might as well take a nap too.
Right.
And holy moly, woke up feeling refreshed. Although it was that same thing that I've always dealt with when you wake up after a nap, you're like, is this morning or night?
Yeah.
Which side is, and then you have to become an explorer. You're like, sun sets in the west and we are east. But so you got to figure all that out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, I don't designate this is now time for napping.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just literally there watching TV and the nap happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm going to sit here and watch a little too.
Those are the best,
Yeah.
honestly. When you're like the unplanned ones, when you're
Yeah.
just sitting there and you kind of just drift off, and you wake up and you're like, I want to go back,
Yeah.
and you just drift back off. Those are the best.
Well, now that's like, now you go to the doctor and they're like, how often do you fall asleep in front of the TV? I said, you might have sleep apnea. I'm like, no, I'm just 50 and tired. It's quiet right now.
You might have sleep apnea. No, I have kids.
No, I'm just busy. And I finally sat down for 5 minutes and quiet and I passed out. Like when I lay in bed at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But always, they always ask, how many times? I was like, never. Okay, maybe once when I'm watching. It was a boring show, though. I defy you to get through an episode of that without falling asleep or at least getting yawny.
How often do you fall asleep in meetings? That's not fair.
Right. Have you been to the meetings I go to? Now, if you fall asleep eating, all right, the doctor's got you there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't get it through a sandwich without taking a nap, then doctor.
Well, that
needs to
depends
talk.
on what kind of bread you're using. If you're using a super pillowy loaf,
Right.
I mean, it's to be expected that sometimes your forehead hits it and
It
you're
was a
you're out.
foot-long turkey. What are you going to do?
So much tryptophan.
Yeah, I get you. But if it's a 6-inch, you should plow through that.
You should probably talk to your doctor. If you can't make it through a 6-inch, talk to your doctor.
But yeah, that one always like no. But yeah, as I sit here but it's usually, and this is why I don't often go home for lunch, because what happens is I'm left to my own devices and I'll sit in that chair for a minute. Next thing you know, it's 3 PM because I fell asleep in that chair.
Whew, I am a lazy boy.
Yeah. And those are the naps I said, where am I? How old am I? Am I on Earth? What? Day or night?
I one time was, so the way my room is set up, my bed is kind of, it's not like flush to the wall, but there's a little bit of space, like enough to like foot through, kind of slide through. And I climbed onto my bed to unplug a charger cable. And as I did, I'm like, boy, this is comfortable. And I just slept for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's a bit unusual.
It was a really comfortable side of the bed. It's one I don't usually make my way to, so it's like a whole new bed.
That almost reeks of a scene right out of what was the movie where Gigolo, Bruce Bigelow, or
Deuce Bigelow?
Deuce Bigelow, male
yeah.
Gigolo. The narcolepsy.
Narcolepsist.
Yeah. If he's long hair, you're just like.
Sometimes you just hit that comfortable spot.
That's right.
You know?
You got my. Ooh, that's a sweet.
It's tough being single with a big bed. There's parts of your bed you've never made it to, so it's like new bed.
I'm gonna lay there.
Right. Oh, pick a quadrant and stick to it.
Well, then you also have to see, like, because if you lay in one spot, the same spot every time, you're gonna eventually build a dip in the bed. So you got to go. All right, tonight we're gonna lay this way.
Yeah.
We're gonna flip the other way to keep the dip from forming. You know.
Oh, I know. I fully am aware. So I'll roll over twice and just hit, be on the other side. Time to divot up this side.
That's right. Tonight we're gonna go sideways.
Well, because I also, sleep like a baby in the fetal position, so there's literally like 4 quadrants of my bed.
4 squares.
That's right. I ball myself up to where I'm only about yay tall.
Do you? Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll start, but I usually stretch out. But I'm a side sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
That's generally how I sleep.
Matter of fact, for the first time in, I want to say probably 5, maybe 6 years, I slept on my stomach this last weekend.
Oh, yeah?
And it was weird. Kicked up all kinds of weird dreams. It's like I triggered a portion of my brain I don't usually make it over to.
It was like swimming.
I guess I can fall asleep this way. I did not know that about myself.
You can if you're tired enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Depends. Depends on your day.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you would indulge a little bit, belly sleeping is kind of the way.
Yeah, if you hit the buffet, I wouldn't recommend sleeping on the belly.
Yeah, well, that's otherwise you're gonna get a bark back.
Right.
But let's do the rundown.
Did we kill 17 minutes talking about sleep? We did.
Sleep and noises.
That's right.
We do have a full slate for you for today's show. Here in just a few minutes, Kurt Klingsmith will be joining us with Bitter Lakes Farms. They've got several events and workshops and things coming up to invite you to come be a part of, and they got a lot of cool stuff going on out there at Bitter Lakes. So Kirk will give us the update here in just a bit. Now, today is the 3rd Friday of the month, but it is the 2nd Thursday of the month. Normally on the 3rd Friday of the month, we have Chaves County Manager Bill Williams join us to talk about commission meeting, but they meet on the 3rd Thursday, which yesterday was the 2nd Thursday, which means we'll see him next week.
Right.
I hope I'm right on that. If not, he'll show up at the 8 o'clock hour, but they did not meet yesterday. So we're going to replay our interview we had with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women talking about their meeting next Thursday and Cowboy Prom coming up here as well during in September. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had yesterday with Amy McVeigh-Tejas and Mark Green with Harvest Ministries, Amy from the Historical Society, talking about the Heritage Dinner, which they've extended the deadline. And this is it. They've done extending.
Yeah.
Thanks to Adam at Peppers. They are going to extend the deadline through Monday.
It's a hard out, though. So if you're going to get your RSVP in, you better do it quick.
There you go. Bill Williams did confirm with a yes that my calendaring, my calendar ciphering, using my fingers and toes. Spot
Had
on.
all those numbers coming at him.
Yep. They leave a stain.
all those geometrical shapes, figures, the equations and stuff. Nobody ever sees a carry the one.
Right. That kind of reminds me of and I'm wondering if so again, I watch Big Bang Theory a lot. I've seen those episodes, but Sheldon has got the eidetic memory. He's a genius and all that stuff. But once in a while, he'll say a joke that I'm like, I wonder if that's like an indicator of genius stuff. And I just don't like for instance, he was talking about finding anomalies in this big patch of numbers. And he found one really quick, and he looks over to, I think it was Raj, and says, and he goes, how do you find that so quickly? And he literally looks at me and says, well, you know how prime numbers smell like fire? And I'm just like, and I was like, maybe that's a genius thing where like.
Okay, so what it is, and I know we got to get to the guess, but that's a condition called synesthesia. And it manifests itself in a lot of different ways. Daryl Hammond actually has this.
Okay.
And he talks about how different instruments, musical instruments have different flavors.
Okay.
Like, I think he said like saxophone tastes like raspberry. It's different things like that. But that's what it's a connection in your brains, like the sensory areas of the brain that associate one thing with another. Like some will say that colors smell like this, or certain things taste like certain sounds or whatever taste like that. But it's one of the synesthesia is one of those things that manifests itself in weird ways. Like you were saying, you know how prime numbers smell like?
It's always like,
so that lends itself to be, not only is he a genius, but he also has synesthesia.
It could be.
That's interesting.
Although, pull back the curtain, Daryl Hammond's a pretty bright dude, isn't he? Like he's like Mensa bright, isn't he? Yeah, I thought he was.
Yeah, no, he's up there. He's like one of those super geniuses.
So maybe that's a trait of geniuses.
It very well could be. I personally never smelled a number, so I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't smelling nothing over here. I'm nose blind to everything.
Over here in Simpletonville.
I'm just a dumb, non-smelling lummox.
I can't smell your numbers.
All right, it is 7:21. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm popping up later on today. We will have some sunshine, though. Pretty hot, upper 90s to about 100. Maybe a shower this evening, cloudy overnight, and we're in the low 70s. A little bit better chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming up on Saturday. Looks like we'll be in the mid-90s. A few showers on Saturday night. Afternoon thunderstorms may pop up again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 70 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 47%. Winds currently out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Sunny and hot today. Expect a high near 98. So it's the century mark without saying the century mark. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight we are looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms. They say the sweet spot is between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 73. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers. Otherwise, partly cloudy. Cooler. A little bit. More manageable summer. 93 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that's kind of like the temp that we're going to be dealing with for the next several days, right around that low to mid 90s for at least the foreseeable future, with rain chances every day. Because Saturday night, 20% chance of rain, overnight low of 70. Sunny on Sunday with a 30% chance of rain, high of 94. Sunday night, 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy, overnight low of 70. And then pretty much all week, we're looking at rain chances, a 40% chance of rain Monday. Otherwise, mostly sunny and 94. 30% Monday night, 30% for Tuesday afternoon with a high of 94. 30% on Wednesday with a high of 95. 20% on Thursday with a high of 94. So another monsoon season rolling through, I guess. All right, 7:23. Let's take a 3.5-minute break. And then Kirk Klingsmith will be joining us from Bitter Lakes Farms here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back, but you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
Downtown Artesia is the place to be September 11th through the 13th for 3 nights of music, culture, and community. Thursday kicks off with New Mexico Heritage Night, mariachi, tejano, and local flavor. Friday's all about indie folk vibes. And Saturday, Red Dirt, Black Gold with headliner Cody Canada and The Departed. Gates open at 5, music starts at 6. Plus, interactive vendors, shopping, food, and cold drinks all weekend long. Bring your boots, bring your friends, and experience Artesia like never before. Full schedule at reddirtblackgold.com. A heartfelt thank you to the City of Artesia for making this event possible. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Celebrated singer-songwriter Lee Greenwood is returning to the Spencer Theater on August 16th. Don't miss performances of his hit songs It Turns Me Inside Out, Ring on Her Finger, Time on Her Hands, and the iconic God Bless the USA. Get your tickets online at spencertheater.com or by calling the box office at 575-336-4800. We'll see you at the Spencer.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 27 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio from Bitter Lakes Farms, Kirk and Shirley Klingsmith back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's life at the farm this morning?
Busy. Lots of chickens.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you get because I feel like you can't have a farm unless there's a rooster waking you up at at sunrise.
Yeah. This one's a little earlier than that.
This one's alarms off a little bit. Say, hey, we're not on Texas time, man. We're on New Mexico time. Flip that off an hour. But I know you guys have been busy all summer, and for folks that don't know, we've talked before about kind of the history of the Bitter Lake Farms, and talking about, it's always been that kind of, you can't do that. Yes, we can. Watch us do it. And that's always been the mindset of the farms there. And of course, everyone's talking about nuts here, and everyone's talking about pecans. You're like, no, we got pistachios.
Roswell's favorite nut.
That's right. But really, also aside from that, that's what pays the bills, basically. But really, you've been using the farm as this opportunity for community projects and things, different workshops, different just community events, everything from the Adobe brick making stuff to just having like art and classes that feed the soul as much as they do your belly, kind of thing. You guys have been kind of just turning the farm into this farms, because it's Bitter Lake Farms. Turning it into really this just community space, and that's really cool. And you guys, I think every weekend you've got pretty much some kind of event out there, whether it's an art workshop or Adobe making workshop or something you're going to get a little wet, little dirt. Well, they all might involve getting a little wet or a little dirty, but but you guys are always just going. So is it just people come to you, or do you like, hey, you know what, we want to do something like that? Is there someone that does it? How does it?
It's kind of both.
Okay.
Some of it's organic from the farm, and some of it people come out and talk about things. We had an interesting gal come out, and she wrote about this concept of third space.
Okay.
And it was put into a newspaper. What was her name?
Gwen.
Gwen. Okay.
Yeah.
Gwen. And talk about third space is kind of, we have our homes, we have our workplace, and then where else do you go? And particularly, in this case, where do you bring your kids?
Gotcha.
You know, where they can come out.
Because I was thinking, like, you think like man cave? Is that what we're talking here? Because when I think in terms,
third space is it kind of like a man cave,
Yeah.
but it's also
Where she shit.
It's a safe place to go and do fun things.
Sure.
You know, and meet other people that you
Gotcha.
don't meet at home and work.
so not necessarily your space, but a space that isn't home or isn't work, that is a social space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's kind of, we had a bunch of the workshops we talked about the last time for Wings for Life.
Mhm.
We had 4 really, really good ones that they happened. I think they were Wednesday mornings. Everywhere from Miss Reagan who's the financial director
Mhm.
at the museum, and then Helen Walters, the poet, came out and read to these kids, and,
Yeah.
and had them think about, as a 12-year-old poet, you can do it,
And that's when you got to hit them, because we're way more creative at 12 than we are
Absolutely.
at 32 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a little encouragement.
Yeah.
Geneva Martinez, her, she came out and skated around for them and talked about entrepreneurial events.
She loves partnering and working with you. Well, working with anybody, really.
Mm.
But, when she's not working with homeless and her other things she champions for. So.
And my personal favorite was DJ Millie. She came out at this 12-year-old gal with her full DJ setup, and we had kids break dancing. And
Really?
Yeah, it was a trip.
Is breakdancing still popular?
Oh, it's very popular.
I didn't know anything from when I was a kid was still done by kids today. I always figure I was like, oh, that's not cool anymore. But they
They meet
breakdance.
out at the mall
Okay.
on Saturday afternoons, and she's out there with her stuff, and all these kids doing
the moves
fun
and
kinda
everything.
dancing. Yeah. So, when something like that snowballs, it's really fun.
That is cool,
And we kind of get to see the events of all that.
Absolutely, and but that's what the beauty is, and really, and it's just you guys have really turned into a place where people can just broaden their horizons and see the world maybe from a little bit different perspective or scope than what they currently see, and like I think didn't you have an African drummers so you're bringing folks from. Literally from other continents.
Well, they were coming through town, and somebody talked to them, and it was amazing. 25 people drumming on all these fancy drums, 5-gallon buckets, because we didn't have that many drums. But it was
they didn't have the instruments. They'll make do with. They'll find the lower world's an instrument. Yeah.
At the end of an hour, you got 20 people jamming.
That's cool.
And at the end of a 15-minute session, he had done these little vignettes, and we learned little pieces, and this thing goes on, and at the end everybody just woohoo. it was you just feel the vibe.
That's so cool, and that literally just popped up on your radar kind of thing. It just happens to do
a couple days.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's fun with stuff like that when it happens.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this before we talk about what's upcoming. How's the business side of things? How's the nut selling and all that? Anything we
I'm almost out from last year's crop.
Okay,
so
that's a good problem to have.
It's been really good. The farmers market, heads up for that. I mean, it's busy every Saturday morning.
Last weekend I was going by there, and it looked a little bit. I mean, it's always busy, but that one looked a little like I was like, it seems like a little more traffic going on this week and everything.
Roswell on steroids is a good term for it.
I think the cat's out of the bag. The farmers market's pretty cool.
and we've reaped the benefit of that sitting there, and we've had some repeat customers, and then there's a lot of tourists that come by, and hey, I love pistachios,
Nice.
So it's just a little conversation, and
Well, I hope everyone that's had an opportunity to get some of your pistachios at the farmers market, make a point to come out to the farm and see where the nuts are made, but see that, because like you said, it's this whole other world. It's this whole other experience. You really turned that into a cultural community space. That's really cool. So.
Yeah, it's been a blessing.
Yeah. So let's talk about what I know you got several events coming up. It's like I said, pretty much every weekend there's some kind of thing going on out at Bitter Lakes Farms here, whether it's a workshop or something.
Talk about this week.
So we've been very blessed to be connected with a qualified Wim Hof instructor, Matt Walsh. And I'm just quickly going to read for those folks who are unfamiliar with what it is.
Yeah.
The Wim Hof method is designed around 3 pillars: breath work, cold exposure, and mindset.
Okay.
The breathwork technique is a simple and fast way to release lots of the body's natural happy hormones that make you feel energized.
So these are like breathing techniques?
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking and I was like, this sounds like a Tai Chi type deal or something. So is it all kind of...
Well, it gets more exciting.
Same id? Okay.
So then we have the cold exposure.
Okay.
Which is not just your average cold dunk.
This ain't a polar plunge or whatever.
Very similar to that. So it is done after the breathing and is said to reduce pain, inflammation, and feelings of depression.
Okay.
And it's a great way to challenge yourself in a safe environment.
Got it. You know, I've actually heard, like I've seen, you know, the world is so, the internet and so, you know, that, yeah, there's a whole, you know, everything on the internet's true. That's an Abe Lincoln quote, you know, that joke. But I really did see something on the internet about, like they were doing that basically. They had the ice baths and they would do and then they'd get into the ice baths and yeah, you know, but that, I guess that shock to the body and everything, it does create some real benefit to probably unlocks hormones and things in there or fires up some chemicals that really do your body some benefit.
We're going to see that Saturday night.
Very cool. Yeah. That's what people, and this is what amazes me about the human body. And, you know, as much as we know, there's so much we don't know.
Absolutely.
You know, and that blows me away. And just so I love that, you know, there's these many different ways to tap into things. And, you know, it's kind of like there's Western medicine and Eastern medicine, and some people, you know, swear by either side or whatever. And I think at the end of the day, it's a cocktail of all of this. You know, you need a little of that natural and everything else, but sometimes you got to let science take over when the natural, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think that's where we gotta find that happy mesh here.
Yes.
So, but to find more of things we can do naturally instead of chemically, that's a win-win-win. And if we can, how much mental health could we possibly just by taking ice baths and things? You know, I mean, that you know, that to me seems like a pretty cool and practical way to help things with that people wouldn't normally think it would help with. You know.
Yes.
What's the third
So the other thing, I'm just going to jump to the other thing that kind of ties in with that, and is growing organically. So on every Monday from 5:30 until 6:30 on the farm outside, we have alternately Tai Chi and yoga.
Okay.
There is a little bit of a twist to it. So if you want to find out what that twist is, then pop on out to the farm.
Got a little teaser for you there.
Yeah.
Want to find out, but wait, you be there.
Yes, and so our contacts are growing. We want to say a big thank you to Degenerate Coffee.
Yeah.
They have become a central pickup point for us.
Good
so
deal.
they have a copy of our schedule.
Good deal. And the good news is they're right downtown, so you don't have to go all the way out to the farm to get up to date on everything.
Yeah, and great coffee.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you can throw a rock almost from where we're at and hit them there, the block over. Don't do that, but I'm saying you could. Yeah. But and I love that, and so basically, you know, especially when you're talking about some of the organic farming stuff there too, you might be creating competition for you at the farmers market on Saturdays. There, you keep it up, but that's the thing is there's always opportunities to learn these different things, and some of it's getting your hands in the dirt, some of it's, you know, your hands in your mind kind of thing, and that's what I love about it. And I'm guessing too is if someone's listening that they're thinking, man, there's something I do that might jive well with what you guys do out at the farm.
Absolutely.
Please reach out to you guys and let's powwow about it and see where it can take us. And because that's kind of what you guys do is you almost kind of just let's throw it all at the wall and see what sticks kind of thing. And so if people find it interesting, then we'll keep doing that. If not so much, then we'll move on to do something else. You know, that's kind of been the mindset a little bit.
We walked down there after the drumming. We have a labyrinth, and so we walked down there, and at the end of it, people liked it so much, and I've been planning on building another labyrinth. So we're going to have a labyrinth workshop.
Okay.
Where people can come out and help build. The one we have is the 7 circle, called the Peace Labyrinth, but we're going to do the 11 circle, the big one.
Okay.
And so we'll be able to do that, and once people walk a labyrinth, that kind of addictive. There's an energy that happens inside that circle that's different than anything else.
Interesting.
So
Come be a
look
part.
forward to that one. And one of the big things we got coming up is what is it? Pasta, Passion, and
Pistol. It's a murder mystery
Ah.
dinner on the 30th.
Like a dinner theater?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
So
is that through like the community theater or one of the or is this something that
you sign up to be part of the character.
Oh, so you're
hosting.
We're hosting.
Oh, so you guys so you as you're a diner, you're part of the cast.
That's right. Got to figure out who killed
How
Pepe.
cool is that? That's gonna be a lot of fun. And then so come carve up with some pasta and let's see who done it kind of
That's
thing.
right.
Those are always a lot of fun too. It could be you. It could end up it could be you that done it. We don't.
Even we don't know who done it.
Very cool. I'd say the best way is you guys do have the Bitter Lakes Farms Facebook page, and that's a great way to like and follow and stay up to date on all these different workshops and events that happen. Like I said, just about every weekend out at the farm there. But if you want to reach out, have questions, obviously make some purchases before all the nuts are gone. That's a great way to reach out to you guys. Is there like a website too that they can, if they want to sit down and do some reading and stuff, or is it all through the Facebook?
It's mainly through Facebook.
Okay.
If you want, like we said before, Degenerate Coffee are very in tune with what we're doing.
Yeah, you can pop over there and get the skinny down there while you get a cup of Joe over there, or if you haven't been down there.
Coming.
Good deal.
It's a slow deal out.
We should have a workshop about that.
Exactly.
Well, it's like we had these friends, and they've been playing music together for 40 years, and they finally did their first live event, Ronnie and Gretchen, and they came out, and the crowd went wild. I mean, there was a couple that had been doing this.
Sure.
And so if you don't reach out, we will.
We'll find you.
We'll find
you. What's the ghost? We're coming for you. But come be a part of this. Just come see what's going on out there, and just come. It's really like a community family event. Like if you're looking to make friends and meet people, this is a beautiful way to do that. And enlighten yourself a little bit. Get out
Bring
there.
the kids.
Bring the young ones too, and the younger the better. Come on out there and let them get dirty out of the farm and roll around in the mud a little bit and have some fun too. That's part of it too, is being outdoors and just soaking in the sun a little bit.
We have some marvelous artists that are still up in the gallery too. It's Sue Gold and
we always have to
Cheryl
sleep on that
Patterson.
part. Yeah, you got some great artwork and stuff out there.
Yeah, Georgiana Sims, Laney Chance, Lila Centers. They're all, we have people that come out, and if you have something that you want to show, we've got wall space. So
if you're
happy to
an artist looking to get your work out there to something, this could be your opportunity here to do that.
You'll have it seen by at least the chickens and me.
Yes.
But I think it's also a lovely opportunity with the air races coming up.
That's right.
People coming in looking for something a little bit different. We definitely are a little bit different.
That will be definitely. I hope you do get a lot of air race crowd that does pop in for a visit during that week there. That's going on in town in September here. They call it a little oasis from the craziness there a little bit.
I will say that Red Bridge Road is kind of tough to get to these days, but if you come through by Country Club and McPherson, you can come out right at the farm.
Yeah, imagine you guys are even still dealing with little flood damage roads. Once you get out in the county,
they're redoing
some of those roads
all of
are
Red Bridge. So they're making it wider and making it safer. Fortunately, with
that's a good problem. That's a good thing to have.
That is a good problem.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have. But patience is needed until that does take place there.
That's the best way out is Country Club and McPherson.
Well, it's just once you get there, then you just won't want to leave, so it doesn't matter.
That's right. Come out for the afternoon.
But yeah, absolutely. So come out this weekend. If you don't have weekend plans, pop on in this weekend and come by and just get, stumble into what's something. Even if you have no idea what's going on, who cares? Just walk in there and stumble and see what happens.
Walk the outside. It's a 1.5 mile loop around the property.
Good
There's
news.
still a lot of flowers.
Do it early because it gets hot, about noon nowadays here too. So, is there anything else we wanted to mention?
Yes. One more. Friday, the 10th of October, we have a young couple new to Roswell.
Okay.
Their stage name, Cletus and June.
Cletus and June.
And they have performed at Stella Coffee.
Okay.
And Pecos Valley. And they will be doing live music for us out at the farm.
Nice.
With a meal and some arts and crafts.
Nice. What's do they have a vibe or a type of music? Indie, okay.
Laid back, very
little
chilled.
folky maybe, like folk music or indie.
Little bit of everything.
Alternative, something that goes nice with the atmosphere and the food and, and the events and the sunset and the people. Very cool. But that's October 10th.
Yes, and tickets, Degenerate Coffee.
Yes, again, anything Degenerate Coffee there you can go and ask questions about. Don't forget to look for Bitter Lakes Farms. It is with the S, Bitter Lakes Farms on Facebook, and that way you can follow it. Also a great way to stay up to date on these different shows and different workshops and whatever's going on out there. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow, you guys will be out here on the courthouse lawn Saturday morning, about 7 a.m. officially when everything gets underway. But I'm telling you, if you're looking for something specific, the produce and things sell quick because they're there right at 7 o'clock. If you wait till like 10 o'clock, the pickings are slim. Yeah, you need to get there early on that. So just a tip. Early bird gets the worm at the farmer's market there. So.
Right.
Did we get it all? Is that
I think we got it all, and I think we would like to say
one other thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we have Halloween's coming, so we have a pumpkin building contest.
Ooh.
Where you can make your own
jack-o'-lantern.
Not so much the jack-o'-lantern. This is a wooden workshop.
Where
wooden
they
pumpkin.
Can
actually.
Carla Overmeyer, and so she's got power tools, loads of experience, all the materials, and she'll be running 2 workshops.
Okay.
So
build your own Halloween decor, little wooden pumpkins, and so those you don't have to throw away after a couple weeks or feed to the deer or whatever.
Also have a pumpkin carving contest
sometime.
Good.
We got to because
Yeah, that's what we do here.
You got to. Well, I remember years ago in Artesia, there was a Boy Scout troop, and I'm not sure if they still do it, but every year at Halloween they do a big pumpkin carving contest downtown, and everyone would do a pumpkin, and then you'd go through, and at night during the little walkway there, they light up all the pumpkins, and but some of the work, I mean, these were elaborate. Like, it was a whole depicted scene and everything. I was like, oh my, the level of detail in this is like, I don't have that patience or the skill set. I was like,
the creative intelligence of this community. It's everywhere.
I'm just trying to make the triangle nose without overcutting the triangle and having the
buck teeth.
Yeah.
There you go.
They got a whole castle on this thing, and I'm like, wow. So, but be on the lookout for that too. So, so it sounds like Halloween or October is going to be another busy month for you guys there. So
all the way through.
We'll be getting you back in for all that to promote that too.
All right.
So, good deal.
Well, thank you, Mike.
Well, thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Stay cool, dry, or warm, whatever you need to be. Stay that way.
Thank
you. Stay cool.
And come out to the farm and come experience a little fun out at the farms here. Come meet some people. Come try something new. Come perhaps find your new favorite destination.
353 North Red Bridge Road.
There you go. Yep. It's just keep going out there till you hit the farm.
There
you
you run into it. So.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Anytime. We'll see you next time.
Good
yes.
deal. Thanks.
Anytime. It is closing in on 7:50. Let us pause for news, Kim Commando update, and your SRN Financial Business Report. We'll be back.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Red Dirt Black Gold is now less than a month away. This year, the event will be 3 days full of music, with each night having its own theme. September 11th will be New Mexico Heritage Night, with music from El Origen Norteño and Los Consentidos del Norte de C.D. Juarez. The 12th will be Indie Folk Night, and the 13th will be full of Red Dirt music, headlined by Cody Canada and The Departed. To stay up to date with all of the announcements, just go online to the Facebook page for Red Dirt Black Gold Festival. And an update to some of the billing issues at Artesia City Hall. City Council members were told this week that the update of the billing software caused some problems, so that means the next 2 billing cycles for residents will include 45 days of service. City staff reminding residents they are still paying the same rate for service, only the billing cycles are extended from 30 to 45 days for the next 2 cycles. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Most people hop on real estate sites just to see their dream home or check local sales prices. That's cute. But if you know where to look, these 3 sites cough up more secrets than your tipsy aunt at Thanksgiving. I'm Kim Commando. Every American needs this. 5 minutes in my free current newsletter keeps you scam-free, AI smart, and ahead. GetKim.com. Hop on Homes.com and you'll get a mortgage peep show. Search any address, scroll down far enough on the page, and there's the gold mine. Sometimes you see how much the owner borrowed, what they still owe, and their interest rate. Solid intel. Now with Zillow, forget the Zestimate. Check price and tax history to see what the seller paid, when they bought, and how their taxes have climbed over the years. And on Realtor.com, hit the Neighborhood tab for commute times, school ratings, crime stats, and what the neighbors paid. All great negotiating tools right there. Go to GetKim.com right now and get my free newsletter. Before your next click, start reading smarter so you're not left behind. I've got to tell you something. I finally switched to Consumer Cellular, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it sooner. I was so fed up with big wireless and their expensive plans, sneaky fees, and being pushed into plans I didn't even need. And if you haven't heard of Consumer Cellular, it's time that you do. It's pretty amazing. I get the same reliable nationwide coverage as the big guys, but at a fraction of the price. And get this, you can actually speak with a real live human being based right here in the United States who will help you switch in about 20 minutes. That's it. Now, let's talk money. I picked a 2-line plan with unlimited talk, text, and data for only $60. I'm saving a ton compared to what I was paying. You can even keep your number and your phone or get a new one. You choose. Just go to consumercellular.com/Kim. Use the code KIM25 to get $25 off. That's $5 off your first 5 monthly bills. consumercellular.com/Kim to make the smart switch today. That's consumercellular.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm popping up later on today. We will have some sunshine, though. Pretty hot, upper 90s to about 100. Maybe a shower this evening, cloudy overnight, and we're in the low 70s. A little bit better chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming up on Saturday. Looks like we'll be in the mid-90s. A few showers on Saturday night. Afternoon thunderstorms may pop up again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. wholesale inflation surged unexpectedly last month, signaling that sweeping taxes on imports are pushing cost up and that higher prices for consumers may be on the way. The Labor Department reported Thursday that its Producer Price Index, which measures inflation before it hits consumers, rose 0.9% last month from June, the biggest jump in more than 3 years. The average rate on a 30-year U.S. mortgage fell this week to its lowest level in nearly 10 months. The long-term rate fell to 6.58% from 6.63% last week. That's according to mortgage buyer Freddie Mac. Air Canada started canceling flights on Thursday ahead of its possible work stoppage by flight attendants that could impact hundreds of thousands of travelers. John Deere reported a drop in third-quarter profit and warned of a bigger tariff hit than previously expected, sending shares of the farm equipment maker down 7% in morning trade. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Love, when true and deeply felt, has a way of overflowing, spilling beyond the bounds of mere expression into action, sacrifice, and presence. It cannot be confined to words or gestures alone. It radiates outward, touching every aspect of life. Love overflows in the way someone listens attentively, in small, unnoticed acts of kindness, in the patience offered during moments of frustration, and in the unwavering support through seasons of struggle. It multiplies rather than diminishes, creating a ripple effect that inspires others to give and receive more freely. This abundance of love is not limited to romantic relationships. It can be seen in friendships, family bonds, and even in acts of compassion towards strangers. When love overflows, it softens hearts, bridges distances, and brings light into even the darkest spaces. It is generous, unselfish, and often unspoken. In its truest form, love overflows not because it has to, but because it simply cannot be contained.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Hey Roswell, trade up to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less during the final days of the summer clearance event at Roswell Ford. Right now, save big with clearance prices on new Fords with 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. If you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait, working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today for all of Southeast New Mexico. 575-623-5344.
2 days only. The Old Crow Productions Roswell Gun Show, August 16th and 17th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Vendors from all over the U.S., including Osprey Optics. We will have rifles, shotguns, pistols, a large selection of ammo, body armor, and so much more. Only guns and gun-related items at this 2-day event. Kids 12 and under are free. Special discounts for police and first responders with prizes each day and a raffle on Sunday. The Old Crow Productions Roswell Gun Show, Saturday, August 16th from 9 to 6 and Sunday, August 17th from 10 to 4 at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Log on to oldcrowproductions.com for more information.
Do you know what the hardest part of dealing with the roofer is? Just trying to get them on the phone. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that you can always trust Trustmark Roofing to answer our phone. Need a free roof inspection? Just call us at 575-755-ROOF, and we'll answer with a live person, a real human being. Have a roofing project already going with us and need to discuss it? Just call 575-755-ROOF, and we will answer the phone. No answering machine, no voicemails, and no weird robot automated attendant. That's because at Trustmark Roofing, we're all about relationships and treating people right. That's true for customers and vendors and insurance companies and employees. Anyone and everyone who comes in contact with our company company. So if you have any roofing needs at all, trust Trustmark to treat you right and to answer the phone. Our number again is 575-755-ROOF, or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The city of Washington has filed suit challenging the Trump administration's takeover of the D.C. Police Department. The suit comes amid a showdown between the U.S. Attorney General and Washington, D.C.'s AG.
Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a directive issued Thursday evening that DEA boss Terry Cole will assume, quote, powers and duties vested in the District of Columbia police chief. But D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab responded late Thursday that Bondi's directive was, quote, unlawful, arguing that it could not be followed by the city's police force. Schwab wrote in a memo to Chief Pamela Smith, quote, therefore, members of Metropolitan Police Department must continue to follow your orders and not the orders of any official not appointed by the mayor. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
A meeting that could ultimately result in President Trump's biggest peace agreement to date takes place today. Mr. Trump sits down with Russian President Putin in Alaska.
Heading into today's one-on-one with Putin, the president is hopeful this session will lead to another.
There's a very good chance that we're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first, because the first is I'm going to find out where we are and what we're doing.
However, he cautions there won't be a second meeting if he doesn't get the answers he wants in Alaska. Ukrainian President Zelensky has warned that Putin is bluffing about wanting peace. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Homeland Security Secretary Noem says almost 2 million illegal aliens self-deported since President Trump came into office back in January. Americans went shopping last month, with auto dealerships especially busy. Retail sales rose 0.5% last month compared to June, when sales soared almost 1%. And on Wall Street this hour, stocks are mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial Average trading about 104 points higher. The Nasdaq Composite Index is down 82 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Dozens have died as a result of flash flooding in India-controlled Kashmir. More than 150 people rescued so far.
A user-generated content video from Kishtwar in Jammu and Kashmir shows streams of water flowing through muddy areas and debris of a destroyed home visible near the torrent. Following a cloudburst in the region's Chasiti village, which triggered floods and landslides, disaster management official Mohammed Ershad estimates that at least 50 people are still missing. India's Deputy Minister for Science and Technology, Jitendra Singh, warns that the disaster could result in substantial casualties. The first responders to the disaster were villagers and local officials, as well as personnel from India's military and paramilitary forces. I'm Charles Villadesma.
Japan paying tribute to more than 3 million war dead, the country marking its surrender 80 years ago, ending the Second World War. News and analysis at townhall.com. Well, here's the proof. There are still good, honest people in this world.
A retired Michigan auto worker got a Facebook message this summer from a stranger that said, "Did you lose your wallet?" Minnesota mechanic Chad Volk found Richard Guilford's billfold under the hood of a Ford Edge. It had fallen from his shirt pocket in 2014 when he was working at a Ford factory in suburban Detroit. The wallet still had $15 in it, plus Guilford's driver's license. Volk then mailed it to him. Guilford said, "This restores your faith in humanity." Jason Walker reporting.
Policymakers will be debating whether stubborn inflation or slower hiring is a bigger problem for the economy as they prepare for an annual conference in Jackson Hole, Wyoming next week and a crucial policy meeting next month. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings on Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday! Woo!
Nice. Yes, very, very happy to be at the weekend finally.
Yeah.
For the long trudge.
So like last hour, you and I were kind of talking, saying our weekends are, this weekend is relatively
pretty open, yeah.
Calm for us. Not the case with our Jocelyn.
Yes.
Jocelyn's hitting the road. She's going to, they're going to Clovis, and then they're going to be at LibFest.
I was going to say, I got LibFest
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, but they got a gig in, I think, Clovis today or tonight. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're hitting the road. Man, she'll come in here in a minute and tell us all about it.
Nice.
But yeah, like I was sitting there thinking that, you know, I'm pretty quiet. And she's like, we're going here tomorrow and this there. And I got tired listening to her. So.
the life of a touring musician is a complicated one.
But yeah, so you're in Clovis tonight, right?
Yes, Battle of the Bands at the Curry County Fair tonight. We are up against 7 bands.
Nice.
Vying for, I believe it's the grand prize of $5,000.
$5,000.
Nice.
It's the first prize.
So
we'll even go with.
I know that's a
third
band
place.
decision, but say the band wins. Does $5,000 go back into the band, or does everyone like get a cut? How's that work?
We discussed it before. We'll go into each of our pockets. So it'll be split 4 ways, and then the 1,000 will go into the band.
To the coffer.
That'll pay for some
gas,
cords or amps or something.
Fixing the van.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Because fixing the van that'll break down eventually on the way back from
Do you guys have a tour van?
No, we use Will's truck.
Okay.
And we have to rent a U-Haul.
Yes.
So
Wow. It's
we're
Hawaiian.
we're our own roadies.
That's right.
So.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure every band, you know, every single band has had to slub the, now, yes, your Metallicas of the world don't do it anymore.
Right.
But there was a point where those guys were in some bar club somewhere, and they were arguing about, stop slamming my amp into the thing, pack it neatly, and all the other things, and
Well, talking to the band, because we did have to load up yesterday because we have to leave by 2:00 today because there are special rules out there. We have to be there by 5:00.
Well, that's part of the battle of the band is like you can't be late. You got to be tight. You got to when your start time is there. That's part of the judging criteria, I guess.
So we have 10 minutes to play. We can't go over 10 minutes. We have a certain amount of time to set up. So they're pretty strict on stuff. So we have to.
Have you guys
literally
practiced
so
the
you can't
setup and tear down?
That's not even time to do Stairway to Heaven, man. Come on.
Well, we're pretty quick on and off anyway, so I think we got that down. But it'd be nice if we had people.
So 10 minutes, do you get what, 2-3 songs in?
We have 2 for the battle.
Okay.
And then if we get picked, we have, I think, one to battle
Gotcha.
For the final.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
For the final.
So that you got to get into the finals and
Yeah.
then the one to compete in the
Yes.
finals.
So
Gotcha.
we've practiced those 3 songs,
Cool.
and then also Live Fest starts tonight.
Yeah, and then now you don't have
at
to go all the way to
Liberty.
Clovis to see you
Yes.
guys. You
You
guys
can
will be
see us
playing here
tomorrow.
in Roswell at the Liberty
At 6.
Because that's like a 2-day,
3-day.
3-day. Yeah.
So we've got tonight. It's rock, alternative country.
Okay.
Starting at 5, I believe. Tomorrow's metal, hardcore.
Okay.
And then Sunday's the female
Gotcha.
artists.
And you guys play at around 6, don't you?
6 tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, you're right in that dinner time spot
Yeah.
there. 6
So
to 8.
come
I
have
believe,
dinner. Come check
Yeah.
out some metal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Well, and you guys aren't just metal. You guys
no,
are
but
little
we had
alternative,
to,
little
we
rock.
had to throw
little...
our hardest, heaviest songs.
Oh, well,
for
it
tomorrow,
is metal
so-
night, so you got to
Yeah.
go heavy. You got to go hard in the paint.
Yeah.
Will's not hitting his rap stuff.
No, he's doing
on
the
Saturday.
screamy tomorrow.
I gotta say though, having watched the different range of material that you guys play, that he's got some bars.
Oh yeah,
he can.
No,
spit
you guys
some
are very
rhymes.
talented.
Yeah.
No. All joking aside, you
yeah.
guys are very talented musicians.
in the
yeah.
pantheon of white rappers. I'm just saying he's up there.
We got a couple rap songs out there. He's getting it down.
It's funny you mentioned that is I started tweaking my little playlist of music that's not Metallica. I have my Metallica playlist,
Right.
and I have just other stuff that I just like. But then I got one that's just every Metallica song known to man, and then I got another playlist. It's just stuff I throw in there from time to time.
Dexy's Midnight Runner. stuff like that.
Well, buried in that is Faith No More's Epic.
Oh wow!
And I hadn't listened to it in like a minute, but it came on when I was going, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because to me, you hear that song, it's right up there with the. I would argue that was one of those songs that formed. To give us Rage Against the Machine,
Yes, I
to give
agree.
us Linkin Park, you had to have Faith No More.
Yep.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And Anthrax and them obviously, but
Well, it's one of those obscure songs you have to
yeah.
search for.
And
Yeah.
somehow it's obscure, but somehow everybody knows.
Yeah.
You.
Well, the problem is no one knows a second Faith No More song.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Maybe the Cats in the Cradle. Cats in the Cradle.
But I'm one of those that I'll hear a song on a TV show and I'll search it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
But to me, those bands prove that you can mix that kind of rap with metal.
He's definitely, we wrote one rap song and then we have a new one, so we can definitely hear that tomorrow.
Nice.
There you go. It will
So, some
be
new
play
ones.
that Live Fest tomorrow
Yes,
between 6 and 8.
Please, if you need tickets, hit me or Gross Domestic People. They're
Okay.
only $10.
Well,
for-
isn't today like their Discount Friday
Yes.
deal if you go to the office?
office,
Yes.
You can go there and save like
Make
all
a few
the
bucks,
fees and
fees and
everything.
stuff.
And yeah.
But if not, it's $10 and you get like 5 or 6 bands.
Oh, yeah,
a
it's
night.
an all-day deal
It's
of
He
music.
starts at, I believe, doors open probably at 4.
Okay.
And it'll go
Till I think 10.
to
I know I
10 or
saw
11,
like each night there's like a laundry
Yeah.
list of bands, at least a half dozen bands each
Yeah,
night playing.
so it's a pretty good lineup all
yeah.
weekend. I mean, you get your females on Sunday, your
Is that
female
what that?
artists. So.
And I was kind of looking at 3 nights lists, and a lot of them bands locals and some you probably don't. But
well, it's a lot of we're the only really metal band that has kind of been consistent every year. So it is the 5th annual. There are new bands that are out there that
and
probably
that's the whole
nobody's
idea
really
too.
heard.
You want
Yeah.
new exposure, new
So
bands.
come out and check out these new local bands and check out Gross Domestic People.
Inspire the
and
next generation. They
Yeah.
can maybe start their band up and annoy their parents in
always
the garage
trying
and
to
all
get
that
your
good
foot in the
stuff.
door. And get your butt on the stage.
Pulled up the list a couple of days ago. So yeah, it's 4 p.m. Revelation, 5 is Fragment, GDP at 6, Q at 7, Stacy Glow at 8, Icona at 9, and then at 10 it's Gun Game.
Yep.
Cool.
So there's a lot of local bands tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yeah, tonight is Curry County Fair, Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, Battle of
If you're
Bands
in
tonight.
Clovis, please come check us out at
There
the
you go.
fair.
You're gonna. Do you have like a like when you head to like when you guys do road trips to Hobbs or Clovis or whatever? Do you have like your we're hitting the taco box or whatever?
Well, it's always when we head out. It's always the Allsups.
Okay.
Whichever way we're going,
Yeah,
Allsups,
it's always
Stripes, whatever.
Allsups.
And we always hit a local venue over there. But it's the fair, so we might end up hitting
that is
food
the fair.
trucks
Yes,
or
various fried
whatever.
things
So
yeah.
We did
always-
find in Clovis, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but they have like some of the best steak fingers I've ever had. Like,
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, because we went
like
last
2 years ago?
year.
Mm-hmm.
It was last year. Okay,
To see,
I do remember.
Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, Bowling for Soup. Yep.
Oh.
And we went to a really good restaurant for chicken strips. Me and Sean are always hopping.
Yeah, we gallivant.
Restaurant
Gallivant.
hopping.
We like holes in walls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the cool part about road tripping. Sometimes.
Yeah,
is
we
eat at
don't
those-
go to the regular McDonald's.
Yeah.
We try to find
That's what
these
like Kim
holes
and
in the
I
walls.
tried to do that when we did our Durango trip. We literally, except for the McDonald's on the day getting on the train because
Right.
it was right there. We tried to pick local restaurants to
Yeah.
eat at, and I had a great bagel sandwich. I had, weirdly enough, pretty good New Mexico food in Colorado at this New Mexican place.
Well, and when we played a Taco Fest in Hobbs a few weeks back, we had some awesome barbecue.
Yeah.
And it was out of a food truck.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it
telling
was
you,
amazing.
that's kind of
And
the thing now. It's food
Carlos
trucks
is
and
just
local
like,
mom and
if you
pop.
go down there, get me some barbecue.
It can get expensive.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love the food truck game, but because the cost for them to do business is so high that it's they do, but I do love that they're local and doing it. I
Yeah.
just wish it didn't cost $500 for a pound of beef, so they'd have to charge $20 for a hamburger.
Well, it's the initial charge, but then the upcharge because they're at the fair and they know they can.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they'll knock it up $3.
Yeah.
That's a hassle.
Well,
luckily-
I mean, it's like Vegas. Vegas is getting. I'm hearing the stories in the news about $50 for a salad, and I was talking with Sean yesterday, and they had like the drink special deal.
Yeah.
And if you wanted a 24-pack of Coors Light in a bucket, this casino, whatever, was charging $300
Whoa.
for a bucket of Coors Light.
Well, you can go to the Jalisco down there, and I think it's like $10 for a
Exactly.
bucket of Corona.
I can literally go to a liquor store,
Yeah.
buy 24-pack for what, $20-$30.
But that's why we have band fund, and
Yeah.
all that money goes to feed us and gas. And
Yeah, that $5,000 he
trailers.
wins, that pays for McDonald's on the way back.
and the fried pies and
That's
Hobbs.
right. You know how many chimneys we could buy with that?
Thank you, Mike. So Curry County Fair
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
Do you know what time
Please.
tonight you're going on?
6, I think.
6.
So
So make sure you're there by 6 if you're going to head up to
yes,
Clovis
yes,
to go to the
please.
fair.
Cross
Go
your
do fair
fingers,
stuff.
cross your toes.
Yeah.
That we win some money, and then tomorrow night we're at Live Fest at 6.
There you go.
If you need tickets,
Nice.
They're going to make it rain at LibFest if they win.
busy
Get
weekend.
one of those cash guns.
That's when Will does his rap song. We're going to make it rain right there.
Now, granted, the take's not as much. They're just going to be flinging nickels at the audience.
Yeah, making it rain with, pennies.
Yeah.
But-
I got hit in the face with a quarter.
Got a black eye. They made it rain. All right, we're going to play our interview we had earlier this week with the ladies from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women talking about their next meeting, which will be next Wednesday out at the Elks Lodge. And then, of course, they've got Cowboy Prom coming up here in September during the Reno Air Races there. So we'll talk all about Reno National Championship Air Races. I've been good about not saying it that way. It's been a minute. But anyway, so we'll play that interview for you here in just a bit. Before we do that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm popping up later on today. We will have some sunshine, though. Pretty hot, upper 90s to about 100. Maybe a shower this evening, cloudy overnight, and we're in the low 70s. A little bit better chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming up on Saturday. Looks like we'll be in the mid-90s. A few showers on Saturday night. Afternoon thunderstorms may pop up again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, excuse me, drank a little bit there and went down the wrong pipe. 73 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 48%. Winds are out of the southeast out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Today, sunny skies, 98 are expected high with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, and really for the next week, we're looking at daily rain chances here. We got a 20% chance of rain for tonight. They say between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. That's the sweet spot. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 73 with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 30% chance of rain for Saturday for the afternoon. Partly cloudy and 93 for a high. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance of showers Saturday night. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10. Sunday, we're looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers. Mostly sunny and 94. Sunday night, 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy, overnight low of 70. And then during the week, 40% chance of rain Monday night, 30% chance, 30% on Tuesday, 30% on Wednesday, and 20% on Thursday. All highs right around 94, 95 next week. All right, 8:20, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to play our interview with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. Good morning.
Love, when true and deeply felt, has a way of overflowing, spilling beyond the bounds of mere expression into action, sacrifice, and presence. It cannot be confined to words or gestures alone. It radiates outward, touching every aspect of life. Love overflows in the way someone listens attentively, in small, unnoticed acts of kindness, in the patience offered during moments of frustration, and in the unwavering support through seasons of struggle. It multiplies rather than diminishes, creating a ripple effect that inspires others to give and receive more freely. This abundance of love is not limited to romantic relationships. It can be seen in friendships, family bonds, and even in acts of compassion towards strangers. When love overflows, it softens hearts, bridges distances, and brings light into even the darkest spaces. It is generous, unselfish, and often unspoken. In its truest form, love overflows not because it has to, but because it simply cannot be contained.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Hi everyone, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. We now carry Mayo Furniture. Not only is it proudly built in the U.S., but there are hundreds of custom options to choose from, including fabrics, top-grade leathers, nail head, trim, and feet. The quality and construction stands apart from other brands in the industry, ensuring your satisfaction for years to come. Turn your living room into a reflection of your refined taste. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell, where delivery is free since 1953.
Our lives run on energy every day. And every day, your friends and neighbors at New Mexico Gas Company safely deliver reliable, affordable, essential energy to New Mexicans. The kind of energy that brings families together, that surrounds us in comfort. The energy that warms homes and hearts. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and every day we deliver the energy that's behind some of the warmest moments in your life. That's why we're here.
Did you know almost 75% of the time we're replacing a roof, something totally weird or unexpected or bizarre happens? Jennifer here again from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that we are always prepared for the unexpected. That's why we always have project superintendent on site at your home at all times to handle those weird, bizarre things as they pop up. Things like an unexpected layer of wood shake shingles under your shingles or rotted out decking boards, problems with flashing or ridges or missing supplies that somebody needs to chase down. These are the kinds of problems that normally grind the crews from other roofing companies to a halt and delay the project. But not with our super awesome superintendent there. He's equipped to handle any problem and keep the project moving along smoothly. Just one more way we do things better at Trustmark Roofing. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Roswell, your used car dealership is here. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the Tate Branch difference. We've got a huge selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at great prices with big discounts happening right now. And here's the best part. Every single used vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. It's all backed by friendly hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head to Tate Branch Roswell, 2000 West 2nd Street, and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the difference.
For the first time ever, the National Championship Air Races are touching down in Roswell, New Mexico. From September 10th through the 14th, witness the world's best pilots battle it out in the fastest motorsport on the planet. Vintage warbirds, cutting-edge jets, aerobatics, and family fun, all against the stunning New Mexico sky.
3, 2,
Get your tickets now at airrace.org. Don't miss this high-octane spectacle.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
Welcome back in studio from the Chavez County Federated Republican Women. Charlotte and Janine back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How's life in your worlds this morning?
Busy.
It's always busy. It's back to school season, so there's always 100 things going on with kids or grandkids, and then everyone's like work schedules, like and then everyone decides they want to do events in the fall. So it just gets busy.
A lot of events going on.
It is.
I'm busier now that I'm retired than when I was working. I mean, it's just nonstop.
I wish you were alone, but I've heard more people that have retired in the last couple of years and say they're busier now than they were in their day-to-day job.
You're right.
Routine.
What if someone tells me no is a complete sentence, Charlotte?
I'm still learning that one. Let me know when you figure it out, Charlotte, because
yeah.
I'm still trying to learn that sentence. But that being said, we do have another big event in the fall. We want to make sure if it's not on your radar, it needs to be on your radar pretty quick. The Cowboy Prom, something that you guys do every, I guess, non-election year. Is that
every non-election year.
Yeah.
This is our 8th Cowboy Prom.
Yes, and so during the non-election year, we have the big fundraising event for the Chavez County Federated Republican Women. When we talk about the scholarships for the kids, all the great work that goes on, this is where the money comes from.
Yep. Exactly.
Most of it comes from this night.
We do quite a bit of things: literacy, Americanism, scholarships. We do a great big
work with your nonprofits like Assurance Home, things like that.
Do a great big event for our veterans in November.
Yes.
So we do quite a bit with our little chunk of change that we do get.
So all we're asking is you come out, scoot a boot or two, and eat some delicious food. And
prepared by Peppers.
Peppers is on the. We got. Of course, it's the tradition continues. The Graham brothers are on the 1s and 2s.
Yep.
Peppers are on the grill doing the food.
Yes.
All of that's going to be back at this year's. The one thing that's a little different about this year than maybe other years is it's smack dab in the middle of air races this year.
But that's not a problem for the Roswell people because there's a reservation right there.
Yeah, and this
reservation and free dancing.
Were you looking this as another thing to do?
Exactly.
Like okay. Or maybe you've been out watching airplanes all day. You want to kick back, have a drink, don't feel like fixing dinner. Come to the Cowboy Prom.
I hear the air show's over about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
And that's perfect timing.
Just come straight on over, right down Brasher or McGaffey.
Got time to come home, change, get a shower, and then
we don't even care about that.
You don't even care about it.
We'll just take you.
Gaming is optional.
Exactly. We can move your table over.
We'll just we'll put you downwind.
Exactly.
But come on in about 6 o'clock. Get ready to dance and enjoy great food, music, silent auction, all the fun that happens.
A live auction. We have some really nice items. Live auction. Tommy is coming in from, I believe he's out of Artesia. He auctions for Roswell Livestock Auction and all of the auction houses.
So he's got the lingo down.
He's got the lingo down.
I think there's schools somewhere they teach us.
There is, but these boys have never been there. I know these boys.
They're au naturel. They just have the gift of spew.
Exactly. We know there's going to be a lot of people in town, so we're opening up for dancing if they want to dance.
Yeah, come bring some of that. And let them come and cut a rug or two.
And dance. Just come and dance.
Yeah, and then of course there are two different. Like if you just want to dance, don't want to eat or nothing, that's no problem. We can do that.
Yep.
Doors are open at 7:30. You don't even have to get there early. You can show up at 7:30 and get ready to dance. It's only $25 to come and get a workout.
Yep, exactly. I don't think there's any other place in town to dance that weekend.
No?
No.
Not legally, anyway.
Not legally. And it is Western swing, but they play some other stuff.
They get a variety.
Cucaracha and all of that. They play some of that stuff.
They played a party or two. They played a party or two. They know how to get the people moving.
They know how to get people dancing.
And of course, amazing. Peppers. They doing brisket and everything.
They're doing green chili brisket and tequila lime chicken.
Nice.
So everything else is going to be drunk. So come on down and help out.
Absolutely. and Peppers, they do an amazing job every time. They do good. I almost feel like your event ain't official unless Peppers is
Exactly. Exactly.
they're on the food, you know. I know there's others out there, but here in Roswell, they're just tradition at this point. You know,
it's going to be a great night. I mean, all of the restaurants, you know, granted, are going to be full.
Sure.
So, you know, buy your tickets now, and you have a spot reserved. You have a seat reserved. A great meal.
Plenty of parking out at the fairgrounds. It's going to be out at the fairgrounds.
It's going to be out at the Arts and Crafts building at the fairgrounds, and you got to come in through the office area. So that's the farthest gate south.
So that would be like what would normally be the vendor's gate.
Correct. The vendor's gate.
If you normally come, it's
because
basically
they've got RV parking and stuff for everybody else. So it's going to be full out there. But we're just the Arts and Crafts building.
Yes.
Is where we're going to be setting up.
Actually, that's that one building people forget about at the fair. They always go to the other buildings and they forget about. That's the one with the train in it and all the cool artwork and the home ec stuff and all that stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, that's that building there.
Well, no, we're one.
Is that one over from that one?
One north of that one.
Okay.
We're between the Rabbit Building and that building.
Okay, just follow the crowd.
Yeah,
it's all
follow
right.
the crowd.
It's all right there.
Right.
To me, they all bleed into
We've
one
got
building.
I think they put pink flamingos out in front of it years ago.
Okay.
So they have the pink
See,
flamingos
I always,
out in front of it.
because I think you can
And it
cut from
says
building to building
arts,
inside, so I just end up in one big
it says
building.
Arts and crafts.
Yeah.
So can't miss that.
Yeah.
You know what? You'll smell brisket. Follow it.
There you go.
That's where you
You'll
go.
see all the cowboys walking in.
Right.
It's not formal, even though it says prom. It's not formal.
Yeah,
just,
wear what you come as you
just
are.
wear your jeans and
Now
a
it
nice
is a
shirt.
cowboy prom, so if your normal is a 10-gallon hat, the shirt, jeans, the Wranglers, the boots, then come on down. But
and
if
we
you
have
don't,
a photo booth, so come
So-
and get your picture.
So if you want to get gussied up,
Yeah.
you know, tell your wife, you said we never take pictures together. Come on.
Exactly.
It's going to be a great night. So, you know, I would encourage everyone to get your tickets
Absolutely.
now. And,
Yeah.
You know, like everyone is anticipating, everything's going to be full. Grocery stores, restaurants.
Well, and
So-
Peppers is going to need a head count here pretty quickly.
By September 1st, we'd like to get, if you're coming to eat, we'd like to get your information
Yeah.
by then.
Please do
You can
Peppers
call. You can call Angel at 575-639-2586, or go by Calico Cow, which is 200 East College.
Yep.
And then we also have our RSVP ccfrw@gmail.com.
Yeah, just shoot an email to that.
Yep.
And it's the acronym, the letters for Chaves County Federal Republic Women, RSVP. Put it together.
It's the one you use every month to get to our luncheon.
Exactly.
Which we do have a luncheon.
Absolutely, we're a week out from. Is it this week?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
this
on
week.
the 20th.
20th. This month's all messed up
It's
in
all
my head.
clogged.
Yeah, so it'd be 20th would be next week. So
Next Wednesday.
what's
And-
today again? It's like the 10th, right? It's my wedding anniversary. I should know this.
Oh,
It's the
no.
11th. Yeah.
Glad you remembered that one.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Yes, but that'll be so. Well, real quick before we talk about next week's meeting, let's kind of finish up here
Okay.
with the Cowboy Prom stuff. But please, RSVP to get your tickets. September 1 is the drop dead deadline to RSVP, especially for
Yes.
dinner.
Yes.
Imagine if you just want to come for dancing, they'll probably fudge you in a little bit after.
We'll let you in. We'll
You don't
we'll
even
set
need
some-
RSVP.
Nope.
Just show up with
Just
$25.
show up and $25 and
Now, this is a fundraising event, so if you'd like to
Correct.
pay more, it
Yes.
all goes back into the programs, the scholarships for these kids,
Correct.
the nonprofits, all the great with the Veterans Dinner, all the things, the good work that comes from the Chaves County Federated Republican. It pays for all
and we
that,
only
so.
do this every 2 years.
Yeah, and
So
they don't
is-
want.
We're
won't be
like
one-
squirrels this year. We got to gather our nuts.
So we got to do it all now. So we got to go big. So come, bring your. Is there still tables available?
Yes.
Because you can RSVP reserve a table or individual
If you'd like
tickets.
advertisement for your corporation or LLC, or just get a group together, the table is $800.
Okay.
A single ticket is $75. That includes the meal, the dancing, the auction, pictures, all of that.
The whole kit and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle, and $25 to come in and just scoot a boot and dance and hang out.
Yeah, and then of course, don't forget, there's going to be the live auction, silent auction, so there'll be
Cash
some
bar.
cash bar. So so lots of great other things to bid on and check out. Lots of probably trips or
A
opportunities.
lot of people to talk to. Some of
Yeah.
our legislators will be there. I know Jim
That's
Townsend.
another thing, yeah.
Jim Townsend's going to be there, and Angelita Mejia will be there. So there's
Okay.
so you can bend your ear to some of those folks.
Yeah.
They'll be there and shake their hand. And talk
Imagine
to them.
probably see some the sheriff's candidates
Yeah.
and all them others. It'll like it is kind of a much like your monthly meetings.
Correct.
It is a chance to talk to a lot of our elected or potentially elected officials.
Correct.
That and talk to them, while their hair's down a little bit,
Correct.
while it's not in the formal stodgy of
No
a meeting or
program
thing.
this year. We did a John Wayne theme last year, but we
Okay.
have no program this year, so
Okay.
we're just pledging our allegiance to our American flag and our great
Patriotism's
country.
the theme.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Just having a great time.
dancing from there.
Yeah.
We figured they'd
Good
be
food.
tired from the air show, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
Probably want it quieter.
Lots of air conditioning there. So.
Yes. AC works well.
AC works well.
And food will be amazing. But please, RSVP, get her done quick.
Correct.
For the sanity of not only the Federated Republic of Women, but also the
for
sanity of Peppers as well
Yes.
too. So
Right.
they can,
Yes.
Because by the way, they're doing this probably for 10 other events on top
Exactly.
of the Federated Republic of Women
Yes,
events.
exactly.
Yeah, I know at least one other they're doing it for here in a couple weeks. So that again, they're the official food of events here in town.
Mm-hmm.
So. But and then of course, if you are interested in becoming a part of the Federated Republic of Women, men can be a part of it too, fellas.
Our associates.
Yeah.
Associate members.
You can of course come to the prom and talk about. You can come to next week's meeting and ask about that too.
Correct.
But please reach out. They're always looking for new members and more people to get involved. Like I said, when it's during the election cycle, it really is providing that information platform, providing candidates an avenue to get their word out. You guys play Switzerland during the pre-primary, and then once the primary season's over and the Republican candidates have been pointed out, then you rally the troops around those folks during that election cycle. But during non-election cycles, and during election cycles too, you work a lot with nonprofits, working with youth, working with your own youth and their scholarship programs, doing a lot of community-minded activities that really have nothing to do with D's, R's, or any of that stuff.
And during primary, we cannot choose one Republican over
Right.
another.
You guys play
We are
Switzerland.
neutral.
Yeah.
We are very neutral. I want to make sure that our
Yep.
audience knows that. We
Same
don't
platform
choose
for all
Correct.
all
Correct.
candidates.
We don't choose one over the other.
Yep.
Now, after that,
Then
all doors are open.
Once the June primaries or
Correct.
whenever they are, they're going to hit through, and then we're going to the general election.
Correct.
Then it's all on
All
one
hands
team.
on deck.
Team Republican.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
But even if you're not so much into that side of things, you're into the service side. There's lots of roles and lots of
Correct.
places for you to serve in the
Yes,
Chaves
there are.
County Federated
And
Republic.
we want anybody to come to the Cowboy Prom.
Absolutely.
We don't care whether you're Republican, Democrat.
If you like brisket or you like chicken, you like
Exactly. And
socializing,
dance.
you like dancing, you like trips and
And we
you know,
don't push on that during the dance or
Yeah.
any of that.
No,
So
it's just to have a good
it's
time.
just to have a good time.
Yep.
And like you said, this goes to our scholarships to the kids,
Mhm.
to the assurance home, so it doesn't stop at just one
Yeah.
genre.
And from what I'm hearing, Assurance Home could probably use a lot more help right now. I know they're
Yeah.
dealing with some financial issues on equipment and things that
Oh,
they're
okay. Are
dealing
they?
with. I mean, like I don't know the extent of it, but I hear like some of the ropes course and stuff. Like,
Oh, they need to be rebuilt.
well, I'm thinking they're going to get rid of it. They
Oh,
like
liability.
it's not safe anymore,
Mhm.
and the juice isn't worth the squeeze, kind of
Yeah.
deal. But
Wow, I did that ropes course maybe 20 years ago.
I remember doing it. I think if you went through Leadership Roswell, you
Right.
definitely did it at some
Exactly.
point or another.
Exactly.
You were dangling from a rope somewhere over there.
I was younger then. I was younger then.
Younger but equally scared.
Oh, that was a challenge.
It was.
It was, but
swinging off that rope, no thank you.
yeah,
no,
but
thank you.
they do such great work with the
They
kids
do.
over there, and so it really. And by the way, if you've never been there, it literally is an oasis in the middle of Roswell. You're
It
like
was.
there, and you're like, "Am I still in Roswell? I didn't even realize it." Yeah, you're right in the middle of town.
Right in the middle of town.
Yeah, great program.
Yeah,
really
it
great.
absolutely is.
The kids have that avenue.
Yeah, and that's part of where our scholarship money goes.
Yeah, to help these youth
Help
and
those
Yes.
guys.
But all that's coming up again. That's going to be happening right smack dab in the middle of the air races
Yep.
here.
September 13th.
September 13th, again, 6 to 11 at the
Arts and
fairgrounds
Crafts
in the
building.
Arts and Crafts building. RSVP by multiple ways. You can call 575-639-2586. Shoot an email to rsvpccfrw@gmail.com. Of course, if you know any Federated Republican Women
Correct.
member, you can reach out for them for tickets.
Absolutely.
The Federated Republic, Chaves County Federated Republican Women have a Facebook page. If you like and follow that or go to that,
Yeah.
you shoot a message there and say, hey, I need 2 tickets to Cowboy Prom. I'm pretty sure someone in a very short order will reach out
So
to
if
you.
you're
and get
coming
it.
in from out of town and you're geeky, which some of those folks are geeky. The
Yeah.
address to do on your Google
so
map
you put in your
is
TomToms or whatever.
2055 Southeast Main Street in Roswell. So
Although
that
I'm
helps.
pretty sure if you just type in, at least on mine,
Does it
Chaves
come up?
County Fairgrounds, it'll
come up?
it's
It'll
smart
show
enough
it.
to know.
Okay.
Usually, it depends on how old your GPS
I don't know.
is.
I don't do a GPS.
I
map
have
thingy.
one and I rarely use it, but once in a while I haven't put the fair in because I know where that is.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I've done like Balloon Fiesta before. I just typed in Balloon Fiesta and it gave the address.
It gave
and
the address.
everything.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I was just thinking out loud, which
but
is
you're right.
scary.
It is.
It's
If
a
you need
scary
the
thing.
actual address, that's what it is, and you can get there. So please get tickets. But in the meantime, join us next Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That is the monthly Chaves County Federated Republican Women meeting. They meet the third Wednesday of every month for lunch. About 11:30 or so, we get
11:30,
together.
the doors open.
And then about noon is when the speakers or the meat of the meeting happens. And then you're out the door by about 1 o'clock.
Yes, absolutely. We start serving about 11:40, so
Yeah.
come in, get your seat.
Still
grab your
the
meal.
Elks Lodge are
Elks Lodge, 11:20.
Are our
North
hosts.
Montana.
Big thank you to them and their cooking skills. They do have fine cooking skills
Oh,
over
they
there.
do. They do.
So they provide a great lunch every month.
So that meeting is on Wednesday,
Okay.
August 20th, and on the menu is going to be red enchiladas,
Ooh.
beans, rice, and a side salad.
Nice.
Plus dessert and tea or water for $17. So.
Nice.
And our guest speaker is going to be Miss Diane Taylor, who's going to talk about DWI prevention here in Chaves County. It's still relevant, and we want.
She always has a lot to say.
Oh yeah,
like
and
she's got
I know
so
she's
much
bringing
information.
a
Yeah.
group with her, so it's just not going to be Diane Taylor, but it's going to be everyone that.
We don't need a group. Diane will hold the court for that whole
Yeah.
time. She's a wealth of information and stories. She's got an interesting life. Just talk with. You ever get a chance? Just sit and talk with her about things. She'll tell you all kinds of stories.
right.
It's fun to talk to.
She's been doing DWI prevention for years. I know when I was the DWI
Yeah.
coordinator years ago, I was really working with that.
I work
program
hand in
and-
hand with them every 15 minutes around that
Oh,
time
yeah.
of year.
Oh,
Getting,
yeah. It's a great program.
matter of fact, Mike Taylor, who was on the show earlier, he was helping me out during. Basically, he was doing a lot of commentary for me this last year during this past year's every 15 minutes.
So I know she's the guest speaker, but I know she's going to be bringing in some folks. Just talk about the program.
She's a neat lady.
She gonna be bringing in any of the kiddos and doing a show and tell with some bloody.
I have no idea what.
Oh, she's got exhibits.
I'm thinking that would kind of throw our crowd into a
ear goggles, and she had
Yeah, maybe
she's
the
gonna
bloody
talk about it.
pictures. We are having red enchiladas for lunch today.
Oh,
Maybe unless we're doing
thinking there's a
green.
theme here.
Yeah. Maybe keep it to the green enchiladas.
No, she's gonna just talk about the program and the efforts here in Chaves
Sure.
County.
Great.
And there may be a judge or two,
Yeah.
law enforcement, because it's such a great program, and there's all of the agencies that build on that every 15-minute program that she has every year in the schools. So, maybe a student or.
I'm going to take a stab that program has saved hundreds of lives over the years, and people, because it really opens the eyes of kids on what seeing the impact of those decisions make. They really bring it home to them, and the fact that the whole family gets involved to see, that's important too.
Oh, yeah.
So mom and dad are very much a part of that conversation, and they do a great job with it.
Oh, I've gone through every aspect of that. And when they have the accident, the staged accident, everything goes. But there's so much detail that goes
Yeah.
into that staging. Even the courtroom and the just the jury trial and everything. It's
I think
really
I think
amazing.
some of our first responders, some of them have a secret life of wanting to be star actors because they get into it, and sometimes I'm thinking. I think they think NYPD Blue's watching and ready to hire them off into the set. But yeah, they and I'm joking, but they do take it very seriously.
They
They
do.
get very much into that, and all kidding aside, they do an amazing job.
The makeup is pretty gruesome. For
Oh
the
yeah,
accident
it's not
victims,
pretty.
and- yeah.
Yeah, there's no warm fuzzies about this. This is
I think she
this
may
is
have
eye-opening stuff.
I think she may have a video of some sort, so I need to make sure that I have that.
I imagine there's like a highlight reel of over the years of some of these various.
And we our Facebook, we do film that every meeting. So
Oh, yeah.
it is up online like you film your morning.
I would catch that afterwards. Go to the meeting, see if that way you can ask questions, you can talk to people afterwards. We can video people eating enchiladas, but you don't get to partake in eating them if you watch.
We only start, we let them eat. Then we
I think
start
I'd do
when
that
the
to
meat
see what you're missing. Look at that.
Yeah.
If I could waft the smell through the camera, I would. You missed that. Sorry. You don't get this. Joke aside. But
There
yes,
you go.
please come to the please do, get there early. And that's the thing too, like you said, but like we were talking earlier, elected officials, people, you get to see and talk with them one-on-one in a very informal way, and really get a chance to do, to hear their points of view and talk, because they like to talk to you too, and they love to talk to you, because our elected officials, contrary to popular belief, try to do what their constituents tell them to do.
Right.
But if you don't tell them what to do, then they don't know what to do.
So come out and
Yeah.
enjoy a great meal, listen to our speaker, and
Yeah.
network with your elected officials.
Absolutely. And Diane Taylor, she's going to be wealth of great information.
I bet
She's
she can
entertaining.
answer a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And maybe convince her to run for office. Of course, her husband's a little busy, but
He's already in office.
I'm about to say he's a little busy. Maybe
he's already in
holding
office.
down the fort for the family here, but she could fill in if she needs to. She could hit the ground running doing it. So.
And it's the same email if you want to RSVP for
Yes.
that as well. RSVPCCFRW@gmail.com.
And if you don't want lunch, it's free. You can come to, but it's $17 if you. And I'm telling you, I know you're trying to behave, and I'm not going to eat. And then you get there, and everyone's eating enchiladas, and you're sitting there like feeling dumb, and you're like, I should have got the enchiladas. So just get the.
Well, there's no bread
Right.
involved with enchiladas. It's corn tortillas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and red sauce. And,
Yeah.
I mean, $17 for a meal. I mean, where can you? You can't even go to
Exactly.
McDonald's.
Not
these
anymore.
days.
You can't.
No.
Like even if you get like the
dollar
value
menu.
meal,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, that's
$15,
not dollar
$20.
menu anymore, is it?
No.
It's like the $2. Yeah, they call it the value menu.
Oh, excuse me.
I think-
Boy, I'm outdated.
I think the only thing that's $1 on there is like an extra sauce packet for your nuggets.
Boy, that shows how outdated I am.
Yeah. It's probably good you don't know. But that will be, again, Wednesday, which would be the 20th, right?
Yes.
The 20th.
Wednesday the 20th.
At the Elks Lodge there. Do you know the address?
1120 North Montana.
There you go. I knew it was on Montana, but I never get the address right. And then, of course, get there about 11:30 for lunch. The program will start about noon.
And we'll have you out of there by 1 o'clock.
About 1 o'clock, you're back at the office. Or you can tell your boss they had an emergency and you play hooky, whatever you want to do. But they'll get you out at 1. What you do the rest of the day is on you.
Right.
So, and then, of course, don't forget, get your tickets to Cowboy Prom. September 1 is the drop dead deadline.
We have a billboard over by Domino's on North Main.
Okay.
Flashing.
Is the digital billboard there?
The digital
Okay.
billboard.
Good
It's that
deal.
color.
It looks, yes, it's got the cowboy, the brown there, the
It
Graham
does.
Brothers.
It looks just like that.
And then, of course, don't forget, and same way, go through the Facebook page or the RSVP email or call the number. Get your tickets. Again, $25 is just for the dancing, or you can get a full meal for $75, or you can get a table of 8 for $800. All are still available.
Correct.
Sponsorship still available.
Sponsorship is the sponsorship table. You'll be announced more than once throughout the evening.
Yeah.
So.
And all that money goes back to these great programs to
Correct.
help youth and other nonprofits in our community, and it keeps the Federated Republic of Women, keeps the doors open, and keeps their mission going. That's what they do.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Looking forward to hearing from everyone.
Yeah.
Buy your tickets now.
Come on down where you and make it a boot contest. This is your excuse.
Exactly.
I know y'all pay good money for them boots.
Yes.
Right.
This is your chance to show them off a little bit.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
It's a good dance floor.
You drop 2-3 bills on a pair of boots. You want someone to see them. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I got a new pair for Christmas.
Nice.
Oh, I want to see those.
Yes, they're just gorgeous.
Well, you'll see them on the Cowboy Prom,
On the
September
13th.
13th.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
You
And
might want to wear them the day before to break them in.
yeah, you know what? I'm just good tip. Don't make the Cowboy Prom your first night, because if you're dancing, guess what you're not doing the next day?
You know
Walking.
what? I will hand out free Band-Aids. How does that sound?
Band-Aids and moleskin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to do that.
The goodie bags this year will come with a big thing of Dr. Scholl's moleskin.
Exactly.
Awesome. Did we forget anything,
I
ladies?
don't think so. Hey, that'll be an auction item.
I'm just saying. By the end of the night, you get $1 million for a packet.
Right?
Just saying.
Exactly.
Hold out for supply and
There's
demand.
going to be some free items, too, out there this year. This year, we're going to have a kind of a side table where you just pick up a ticket and throw it in a bag, and then we'll draw it out.
Okay.
No cost.
Perfect.
You know, we have a few things that
So you
need
just-
to move on to other homes.
You can walk out with free swag just for
Yeah.
being there, pretty much.
Correct.
So,
Yeah. Correct.
Well, I know one thing you will leave with is a good time. So If
Exactly.
you don't leave with that, that's kind of on you.
Yes.
Good deal.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, ladies. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time,
Thank
if not
you.
sooner, and holler if we can do anything else.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Now for your Pecos Valley news updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. Red Dirt Black Gold is now less than a month away. This year, the event will be 3 days full of music, with each night having its own theme. September 11th will be New Mexico Heritage Night, with music from El Origen Norteño and Los Consentidos del Norte de C.D. Juarez. The 12th will be Indie Folk Night, and the 13th will be full of Red Dirt music, headlined by Cody Canada and The Departed. To stay up to date with all of the announcements, just go online to the Facebook page for Red Dirt Black Gold Festival. And an update to some of the billing issues at Artesia City Hall. City Council members were told this week that the update of the billing software caused some problems, so that means the next 2 billing cycles for residents will include 45 days of service. City staff reminding residents they are still paying the same rate for service, only the billing cycles are extended from 30 to 45 days for the next 2 cycles. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
Weather this hour is brought to you by Bob Reed Pest Control. Pest management for all of southeast New Mexico. No job is too big or too small. Find them online at BobReedPestControl.com or call today 575-623-5344. Serving all of southeast New Mexico.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm popping up later on today. We will have some sunshine though, pretty hot, upper 90s to about 100. Maybe a shower this evening, cloudy overnight, and we're in the low 70s. A little bit better chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming up on Saturday. Looks like we'll be in the mid-90s, a few showers on Saturday night. Afternoon thunderstorms may pop up again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
The stock market's adjusting some of its thinking now after wholesale prices rose by the most in 3 years. This could make a cut in interest rates less likely now. Sam Stovall of CFRA Investment Research gives this simple explanation of why.
If the Fed starts to cut interest rates, that's going to be giving people access to more money, and that would be more demand going after a stagnant amount of supply. That usually pushes up prices.
Some say let's wait and see what the next month's inflation reports show, but even that might push back a September rate cut. The housing market is so expensive, Redfin Real Estate says about 30% of home buyers say they would reduce the importance of being in a low-crime area to buy a house. The state of New York's now suing Zelle for not doing enough to prevent fraud scams. Stock in Intel rose after Bloomberg reported the Trump administration is considering buying a stake in Intel computer chips in a new offshoot of the president's idea of giving some countries lower tariff rates if they made new investments in the United States. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey Roswell, trade up to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less during the final days of the summer clearance event at Roswell Ford.
Right now, save big with clearance prices on new Fords with 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. If you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval. On select vehicles, offers not combined.
2 days only. The Old Crow Productions Roswell Gun Show, August 16th and 17th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Vendors from all over the U.S., including Osprey Optics. We will have rifles, shotguns, pistols, a large selection of ammo, body armor, and so much more. Only guns and gun-related items at this 2-day event. Kids 12 and under are free. Special discounts for police and first responders, with prizes each day and a raffle on Sunday. The Old Crow Productions Roswell Gun Show, Saturday, August 16th from 9 to 6 and Sunday, August 17th from 10 to 4 at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Log on to oldcrowproductions.com for more information.
Love, when true and deeply felt, has a way of overflowing, spilling beyond the bounds of mere expression into action, sacrifice, and presence. It cannot be confined to words or gestures alone. It radiates outward, touching every aspect of life. Love overflows in the way someone listens attentively, in small, unnoticed acts of kindness, in the patience offered during moments of frustration, and in the unwavering support through seasons of struggle. It multiplies rather than diminishes, creating a ripple effect that inspires others to give and receive more freely. This abundance of love is not limited to romantic relationships. It can be seen in friendships, family bonds, and even in acts of compassion towards strangers. When love overflows, it softens hearts, bridges distances, and brings light into even the darkest spaces. It is generous, unselfish, and often unspoken. In its truest form, love overflows not because it has to, but because it simply cannot be contained.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flantas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:57. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. We're going to play our interview we had yesterday with Mark Green from Harvest Ministries and Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, talking about the Heritage Dinner, Beacons of Hope, as they honor 4 different organizations, one of them being Harvest Ministries, the Port Clare Monastery, also Community Kitchen, and the Assurance Home, too, this year. But we had a great interview with them yesterday. We're going to play that for you here next hour. Don't forget, the Old Crow Productions Big Roswell Gun Show is this Saturday and Sunday out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds, 9 to 6 tomorrow and 10 to 4 on Sunday. Kids 12 and under get in free. Police, first responders in uniform, special discounts for them as well. They're going to be giving away prizes throughout the day, raffle tickets. Matter of fact, we were talking with Carlos yesterday on the radio, and he said like the first hour they're going to be giving away ammo, so get there early. They got vendors from all over the U.S. carrying rifles, shotguns, pistols, ammunition, body armor, concealed carry items, scopes, customs, knives. He was talking about a guy doing concealed carry custom holsters that they form fit perfectly to you, and then you can bling them out and everything else too. Pretty cool. But it'll all be happening at the Old Crow Gun Show this Saturday and Sunday out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. 2 big days. You can go to oldcrowproductions.com to their website and learn more there, or just come on out again, 9 to 6 tomorrow, 10 to 4 on Sunday out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Also want to put on your radar next week, August 18th, is the Chavez County Summer Job Fair. It's going to be happening at the County Admin Building, number 1 St. Mary's Place. The event will be from 8 to 4 p.m., and you can come see what Chavez County has to offer as far as careers. They're going to be doing on-the-spot interviews for most positions out at the detention center. So if you're looking for careers at the detention center there, they're going to be interviewing on the spot for that. Plus, they're going to be all the job openings from road department, sheriff's office, admin, wherever there's openings in the county. And they got great benefits. They got, put it this way, a lot of the people that work for the county are very happy working for the county. So if you're looking for a career that you're going to love the benefits, love the opportunities, go to the Chavez County Summer Job Fair. Again, 18th next week, 8 to 4 at the County Admin Building, number 1 St. Mary's Place. If you have any questions, call 575-624-6557. Again, 575-624-6557. It's at 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. In what might be seen as a vote of confidence in the economy and in their own personal finances, Americans stepped up their spending last month. The Commerce Department reports retail sales rose 0.5% in July compared to June. Auto sales especially robust last month. In June, retail sales soared close to 1%. The nation's capital is suing the Trump administration for its takeover of the D.C. Police Department.
Washington, D.C. challenged Donald Trump's police takeover in court after his administration named the DEA administrator as the new emergency police chief. D.C.'s Attorney General accused the president of going far beyond his legal authority and asked a judge to keep control of the police department in district hands. Ryan Schwab described the administration's actions as unlawful and the gravest threat to home rule that the nation's capital has ever faced. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Looking to end the war in Ukraine, President Trump is sounding an optimistic note heading into today's meeting with Russia's Vladimir Putin.
I think President Putin will make peace. I think President Zelensky will make peace. We'll see if they can get along. And if they can, it'll be great.
If today's Alaska meeting goes well, Mr. Trump expects at least one more meeting to follow. Close to 2 million and counting the number of illegal aliens, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says have self-deported since President Trump took office back in January. California Governor Newsom has a plan aimed at getting Democrats 5 more seats in the House. Voters will pass judgment on the redrawn congressional maps in November. On Wall Street this morning, stocks have been mixed. They are this hour. The Dow trading about 30 points higher, while the Nasdaq Composite Index is down 92 points, and the S&P 17 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
In Alaska, Britain's Prime Minister has met with Ukraine's President in London.
Keir Starmer welcomed President Volodymyr Zelensky in a show of the UK's support for Ukraine, a day before a critical US-Russia summit is set to take place in Alaska. The two embraced warmly outside Starmer's offices at 10 Downing Street without making any comments. An hour later, Starmer walked Zelensky back to his waiting car, and the two leaders shared another embrace. Both Zelensky and Europe leaders have worried the bilateral US-Russia meeting would leave them and their interests sidelined, and that any conclusions reached could favour Moscow and leave Ukraine and Europe's future security in jeopardy. I'm Charles Dillitesma.
Crews are searching for missing people in a remote village in Indian-controlled Kashmir following flash flooding caused by torrential rains. Teams of disaster management officials, police, and soldiers, helped by local villagers, are scouring devastated Himalayan villages. Townhall.com. Here's a feel-good story on a Friday.
A retired Michigan auto worker got a Facebook message this summer from a stranger. Did you lose your wallet? That message resolved a mystery that had lasted more than 10 years. Minnesota mechanic Chad Volk found Richard Guilford's wallet under the hood of a Ford Edge, tucked under the air filter box. It had fallen out of his shirt pocket in 2014 when he was working at a Ford factory in suburban Detroit. The wallet still had $15, Guilford's driver's license, and gift cards. Volk mailed it to him. Guilford said this restores your faith in humanity. Keith Peters, Washington.
He was one of Delaware's most successful politicians. Former Republican Governor and Congressman Mike Castle has died. Castle never lost a race until his stunning upset in a 2010 U.S. Senate primary. He was 86. More on these stories. Townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Ah, yes.
You know, I was reading this thing that I found kind of fascinating. And it was just an article or a little post on X, so it wasn't full of a lot of information, but it had like a little 1-minute video attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently there is this chamber that's built by Microsoft, and it cost them $30 million to build this chamber, and it's a soundproof chamber.
Really?
Like, it is so soundproof that it, like, the human ear can't hear below 0 decibels.
Mm-hmm.
This thing takes it to 20 below decibels.
Wow.
And here's the deal. It is so quiet in there that the human can't stand being in there very long.
And I was going to say, because there's a certain level of when you're stuck in complete silence, number one, you hear your circulatory system.
Yes.
Like, and your blood flowing,
well,
essentially.
it's even more than that. Like, they're saying that because they've got a deal. If you can last 1 hour in there, they will pay you $5 million.
Really?
No one has been able to do it yet.
Really?
Yes. And it's like you said, like, you can hear your own organs, but better than that, like, it could kill you. Like they say, it could cause dizziness. Like, it gets to a point where it so disorients you, it will kill you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, what are there, like, rules associated with the
And
hour?
now that's where the article didn't get, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, what if I just go in there and fall asleep?
Or just, well, I was going to say, or just talk to myself the whole time.
Yeah, and that's just it. Maybe you can't, because I'm thinking you can't bring anything in with you.
Okay.
Because it creates noise. I mean, even a phone or whatever, anything, if you don't turn it on, the hum or whatever, like there's a light in there, but I'm thinking they must, because every light gives off I mean, we can't hear it.
Well,
You know what I mean?
You say that you can't hear it, but if you've ever walked into a room where all the lights are off, especially like around here, it's noticeably quiet.
Sure. Well, fluorescents, they tend to hum.
They have a bit of a hum to them.
But yeah, it's and so and the thing is, I don't know where it's at. I don't know. It didn't really say in the article, but they said it was built by Microsoft. It was cost them $30 million, and they showed this video and these people and they said, for $5 million, if you can last an hour in there, they'll give you $5 million.
I think Bill Gates has a bit of a dark side to him.
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice as of late.
Well,
that seems like a tortured, like in my head, like you go in there and you're in there for 45 minutes and it drives you so insane that your head explodes.
Yeah.
And then there's just a crew of dudes in like white, all like coveralls that just come in and clean the walls off for the next guy.
Yeah.
Clean the brain matter off.
Well, and I'm going to take a stab. There was some function for this room. Like they were trying to do.
Yeah, torture. That's what I'm saying. Bill Gates is dark.
Like I wonder if this was some kind of
you reach a point
the ultimate recording studio or something.
I feel like you reach a point where you've made so much money that you just run out of things to do with it. I'm going to build a soundproof chamber.
I give you, Elon, Bezos, Microsoft boy.
He's leasing it out as a podcast studio.
Right. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, was it built because? And apparently it's got these. Like when you look at the walls, are these very pointy like ramps, and that's what part of the absorbing
sound absorption.
Yeah. So
I wonder if it absorbs sounds that you make, because like that would be part of the magic process. Like
Maybe
if
it does.
Speak and you can't even hear your own voice.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that is the thing. I didn't think about that, but maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is it intrigues me. Are you starting to see something about it?
Yeah, I'm reading. It's officially named an anechoic chamber.
Okay.
It's at their Redmond campus. It's designed to absorb sound so effectively that no one's been able to stay inside for longer than 45 minutes.
Wow.
I'm trying to see why it was made, though.
Yeah, I feel like, if you're especially going to drop 30 mil, you got to like sell it to somebody and say, hey, with this we could possibly study whatever.
This says,
I feel like there's something you could study with it.
So this says Microsoft built the chamber, also known as the quietest room in the world, to meticulously test the audio components of its products.
Oh.
So like Surface laptops or Cortana, the Cortana voice assistant, which everybody uses that, right? Hitting up your Cortana.
To bring you a better Zoom.
It also allows engineers to analyze the faintest sounds produced by devices, ensuring they don't interfere with the user experience.
Wow. That almost sounds like
suck on that, Apple.
Was it Knight's Tale where he's doing the poetry or something? I can't remember. You ever been and you hear the sound of it? I don't think it's Knight's Tale, but what movie was that?
I want to know.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to this room and drop a pin, like a pokey pin, not like a writing pin, just to see if. Okay, and this is way old school, but do you remember the Sprint commercials that used to air?
Okay.
Every single Sprint commercial for like a decade, at least when I was a kid, always ended with the Sprint logo and the scene of a pin dropping.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the point, maybe their
think
sound
it's,
is so good you can hear the sound of a pin drop.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
But-
that was the metaphor.
Yeah, but it just like always threw me off. I'm like, that's how they've ended every single commercial for like a generation.
Yeah. Well, not all of us could have a talking butter tub.
Yeah, that's true.
Parquet.
That's what we need to bring back, talking butter tubs. That's the technology that needs to come back.
That and many chuck wagons rolling through the kitchen floor. You know, the old
Alpo commercial?
Yeah, the little chuck wagons that come rolling through. They're red and white checkered with the pulling the horse. Yeah, we need those back.
They reference that on Family Guy, actually. They show Brian, he's like, oh, hold on. And he chases after the chuck
wagon.
He goes and he opens the cabinet door, and the guy's like, oh, every time. So, it's funny. The talking butter tubs and a couple other commercials that you probably remember pretty vividly from that era were made by Pixar.
Were they?
Before Pixar became like a movie studio,
Pixar.
They were hired on by several companies. Tropicana. Do you remember
Well, that was Lucas's company, right?
Lucasfilm?
Didn't he start Pixar?
No, I believe I think it was a combination of Lucasfilm and Bill Gates was involved.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Or was it Steve Jobs? It's somebody with money.
Okay.
But before they were struck it big, they had deals with commercial companies, and like the Tropicana orange with the straw in it, that was one of theirs.
Okay.
I think the Cool Spot, the 7-Up commercials. They
the red Cool Spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
that was after the 7-Up. Remember him, the deep voice dude?
That's a serious throwback to the never had it caffeine, never had it, never will.
Never will.
Yeah.
That guy had the deepest voice.
He did.
Woo. So sexy.
Could croon to me all night.
I just love for him to read to me. Just read. Man, I wish audiobooks were a thing back then. Like that guy could have made millions.
This is kind of an obscure reference. Have you ever heard Dave Chappelle drop his voice an octave?
A little bit. I'm trying to think of some bits I've heard him like.
There was
go.
one I watched yesterday. It was. I was watching a clip where guests or people made the show stars of the show break.
Yeah.
And one of them was he's standing there. He's talking about big lips. He goes, "Look at Pete Davidson's lips." And you see him just break. But the way he said it, I'm like, you could do Barry White music.
Right.
You got that low octave.
At least in short bursts.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like people that can do Madden. They're like, I can only do like that one line. Like, here's the guy.
Yeah, right. Here's the guy.
Boom. And that's it. That's all they get.
It's honestly, we're just doing Frank Caliendo.
Right.
John Madden.
Exactly. Well, that's me with Harry Carey. My Harry Carey's always Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey.
That was another one of the clips on that thing was the, would you eat it if it was made of barbecue spare ribs? And Jeff Goldblum's just sitting there like, what?
Yep. All right, let me give you Le Rundown. But yeah, I'm kind of curious about that sound thing. I challenge accepted. I want to try it.
I want to try it,
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to be driven to madness.
Well, I don't want to die, but I want to see if I can make it.
I've said this before. I feel like I have enough going on, like in here with references and stuff, that I would be okay in solitary confinement.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I don't want to try it.
That's kind of like why I think like that show Alone. Like I think I could do all right there.
Yeah.
Because I do have the with Scouts and Eagle, I can navigate through that.
9/16. Yeah, his wife's at work. He's allowed to say it now.
What's that?
He's like, I've been surrounded by so much noise for my whole life. I could totally deal with some silence.
I just want to sit in the middle of nowhere for 3 months.
Fathers and people in long-term relationships would do fine on Alone.
Oh my God, it would be a vacation. But
so much silence.
So much quiet.
Just gonna build Legos.
That's right. Let's get here and whittle. I'm gonna whittle a whole world of whittled things. No, I would. That's be my because that's the thing. It's idle your brain, man. Once I figure out how to get food regularly and build then it's just projects, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a whistle. I'm gonna make a chair. It's going to look like Taj Mahal stuff by the time I'm done there.
Mike becomes the professor from Gilligan's Island.
Exactly. I'm making coconut radios. I'm doing all that.
Just give me some driftwood, a whittling knife, and some time.
That's right. I'm the MacGyver of the bong things in the Half Baked.
Yeah, the MacGyver smoker.
Give me a toilet paper roll. And
ice pick in my snorkel.
I made my bong with less, dude.
It was an avocado and ice pick in my snorkel.
That's what it was. That was one of Stephen Baldwin's bigger roles.
It was. Besides being Justin Bieber's father-in-law.
That's true.
That's another. I think that's probably his second biggest. That's actually on his IMDb page.
It's pretty bad when Arby's has texted me about their food.
hey, buddy. It's been a while.
That's right.
You doing okay? It's a wellness check from Arby's.
That's right. We ain't seen you in a minute.
Honestly, I mean this. I feel like if I don't show up to Domino's at least twice a week, they're going to get worried about me.
Right. Like, where you been? You feeling okay?
It's now to the point where they just walk up to the window with my pizzas like, Sean Smalls? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Well, you talked about Subway. It's like that. Like, I literally walk into the Subway to get my to-go order.
Mm-hmm.
I just walk in, and they already know it's me, and I literally just hand me the bag, and I walk out. It could be like 50,000 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up, here you go. I'm in there that often.
Half the time when I do the Subway thing, the to-go order, I feel like they think I'm stealing. Because, I don't say anything to anybody. I just walk up to the rack, grab my stuff, and leave.
Well, see,
I'll
this
say
one,
thank you, and then I'll leave.
The one up here, they keep it behind their little thing there. So I just walk up to the checkout area.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they see me, know me, and they don't even ask. They just hand me the bag and hand me my cup and say, "See you next time."
Here.
Yeah.
Picture on the wall.
By the way, when do we stop calling salads salads?
Do we not?
They call them protein bowls over at Subway. I was like, you mean salads?
Well, salads are if you have a pure salad, it's not no protein at all. It's just vegetables. If we're talking like a chicken salad, then that's a protein bowl.
Well, these are basically it's the subs minus the bread. But they're all like you list them and it's got lettuce, spinach, onions, tomato, could be grilled chicken, could be all the meats, could be, and then they'll put a dressing on it. I'm like, that's called salad.
That's a salad.
Like call it a chef salad, a Cobb salad, or whatever salad you want. It's a salad.
Is there a little restricted next to protein bowls?
I think this is all about just
marketing,
fancy
totally.
lingo marketing, and because it's now cool to not like you can't call meat by the meat's name anymore. What's the protein?
Well, okay. Case in point.
I'm having fish. Shut up.
How do I always find a way to do this? Years ago, it came out in a book that Vince McMahon didn't know what a burrito was.
Really?
Yep. He's had a burrito like every week for most of his adult life, but he didn't know what it was because he always called it a steak wrap. He's like, what's this burrito which you speak?
Has he not been to Taco Bell? Lord, man.
He's Vince McMahon. Do you think he frequents the Taco Bell?
I feel he's seen a TV commercial. I mean, come on. He's watching wrestling and a Taco Bell ad comes on. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that was one of those weird quirkyisms about him that came out that he didn't know what a burrito was.
I think he's bougieing up and be lying. He knew.
Probably.
He's probably sitting in the dark, shirtless, eating them.
He just has money invested in the steak wrap game.
He's just covered in bean burritos. All over his chest.
Well, he's got a lot more free time now.
He does. And the money. It is 9:20. Here is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm popping up later on today. We will have some sunshine, though. Pretty hot, upper 90s to about 100. Maybe a shower this evening, cloudy overnight, and we're in the low 70s. A little bit better chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming up on Saturday. Looks like we'll be in the mid-90s, a few showers on Saturday night. Afternoon thunderstorms may pop up again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 80 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 41% with winds currently out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Sunny today and 98 for a high. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain for tonight. Mostly cloudy overnight, low of 73. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 30% chance of rain for Saturday afternoon, partly cloudy and 93 otherwise. Tomorrow night, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms with an overnight low of 70. 30% chance of rain Sunday afternoon, otherwise mostly sunny, 94. And then rain chances continue through next week. 20 to 30% chances of rain, highs pretty much in the mid-90s next week. All right, 9:21, quick break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Amy McVeigh is from the Historical Society. That would spit out eventually. And Mark Green with Harvest Ministries. Don't go away.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
Downtown Artesia is the place to be September 11th through the 13th for 3 nights of music, culture, and community. Thursday kicks off with New Mexico Heritage Night, mariachi, tejano, and local flavor. Friday's all about indie folk vibes. And Saturday, Red Dirt, Black Gold with headliner Cody Canada and The Departed. Gates open at 5, music starts at 6. Plus, interactive vendors, shopping, food, and cold drinks all weekend long. Bring your boots, bring your friends, and experience Artesia like never before. Full schedule at reddirtblackgold.com. A heartfelt thank you to the City of Artesia for making this event possible. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Americans stepped up their spending last month, especially at auto dealerships. Retail sales rose 0.5% in July, a slowdown from a revised 0.9 gain in June, according to the Commerce Department. The increases follow 2 consecutive months of spending declines. Fed policymakers will be debating whether stubborn inflation or slower hiring is a bigger problem for the economy as they prepare for an annual conference in Jackson Hole, Wyoming next week and a crucial policy meeting next month. The question, to cut or not to cut interest rates. Air Canada flight attendants are threatening to walk off the job this weekend. The airline has started canceling flights and it plans to lock the workers out. That could potentially halt all operations by tomorrow morning, snarling the plans of many summer travelers. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Love, when true and deeply felt, has a way of overflowing, spilling beyond the bounds of mere expression into action, sacrifice, and presence. It cannot be confined to words or gestures alone. It radiates outward, touching every aspect of life. Love overflows in the way someone listens attentively, in small, unnoticed acts of kindness, in the patience offered during moments of frustration, and in the unwavering support through seasons of struggle. It multiplies rather than diminishes, creating a ripple effect that inspires others to give and receive more freely. This abundance of love is not limited to romantic relationships. It can be seen in friendships, family bonds, and even in acts of compassion towards strangers. When love overflows, it softens hearts, bridges distances, and brings light into even the darkest spaces. It is generous, unselfish, and often unspoken. In its truest form, love overflows not because it has to, but because it simply cannot be contained.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from Harvest Ministries, Mark Green is back with us.
Morning.
And also from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, Amy McVeigh is back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, I'm used to seeing at 7 o'clock. You not so much. You're more of a little later. I mean, she's done it, but generally she's an after 8 type of lady.
I did have a little help this morning. I had a crop duster flying over our house before sunup.
So you got a double alarm.
Yeah, I did.
Very good. Well, for folks not familiar, coming up here in we're a week away now or so, right? Yeah, it's not even. Is our annual Heritage Dinner event, and this year, as we do each and every time, we honor some, either a person or organization that's very special to Southeast New Mexico. And this one, it's a combo. It's Beacons of Hope. We're honoring some nonprofit organizations that have been stalwarts in helping the community in various ways, shapes, and forms. And one of them that we're honoring is Harvest Ministries, which you and I have talked just about literally the grassroots where it started out of a trunk of a car, on Main Street out here, to what it is today in this big operation, and really one of the food distributors for Southeast New Mexico for helping folks with food issues and things like that. So pretty crazy. But we are honoring some pretty great organizations here besides Harvest Ministries, too. Also being honored here is Community Kitchen, which we had some of their folks on a week or two ago here. Assurance Home as well, which the great work they do with working with youth. And then, of course, one which we haven't had on the radio, but we actually do have a little bit we're going to talk about here. The Port Clare Monastery of Our Lady of Guadalupe. That one's a mouthful. I always I'm going to botch this. I keep wanting to, never mind. But I keep wanting to add something to that. But anyway, and of course, what they've done. And I don't know. Every time I think of them, I'm thinking, they got a prayer hotline. That's the first thing that pops to my head every time. It's like, oh, they got the prayer hotline. And that's so cool. But yes, but that I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of when I think of the monastery. My first thought is that's your prayer hotline right there. You rough day, prayer hotline. But we do want to and before we kind of talk about some of these organizations, we do want to talk about the dinner here because we did get thanks to the folks at Peppers.
Yes,
we did get a slight stay of execution, I guess you say, for the deadline.
I was talking with Adam, and huge shout out to Peppers. They're a member of the society. They're dedicated to help support us, and they've been here from the beginning. Even this unique drive-through started and birthed from during COVID, and Peppers was there for us. But we want to say shout out and thank you to them. We've got great numbers. We're thrilled and very excited about the event, but they've extended it through this coming Monday at 12 o'clock. So we respect that is literally a week before the event.
I'm pretty sure this is it, folks. Like, if you're like procrastinating, you win. You win. You got the procrastinating award. That ain't going to happen.
Adam's a little bit sweeter than I am. I'm like, a deadline's a deadline. He's like, oh, come on. We can all celebrate together. So thanks to them. But Monday, 12 o'clock, if you're listening and have not purchased or paid it forward. So let me just give you, we have had amazing donors pay it forward to all of these organizations. That gives you an example. And we've have amazing donors that have paid it forward to some of our volunteers. So if it's not your thing, but I guarantee you we can pay it forward.
I get it.
Well, that's for sure. And we do have that. But pay it forward and let's celebrate some of these amazing organizations.
Yeah.
All you have to do is call us at 622-8333. We'll make it happen.
Well, and I know, like your organization has a great batch of volunteers, Community Kitchen, all these organizations do. And if we can bless as many of them with meals that night, that would be a
I
nice
assure you, if we get a call to say, provide some pay it forwards to the Amazing Harvest Ministries, Pastor Mark can make that happen.
Yes.
We'll keep blessing.
And by the way, you can purchase a box, which is a dinner for two, and that's $125. Or you can get for a dinner bundle, which will serve 10 people. That's $600. And that is basically you'll get 5 boxes. And that includes delivery of said boxes to anywhere within deliverable areas. If you're like, I got a kid in Kentucky, send them one that way. No, but, but if you got, and think about it in this term, you could basically send your dinner bundle in 5 different directions.
For sure.
We can't break the boxes, but we can break the bundle, if that makes sense. So we say, hey, I send a box over to this person and 2 boxes to this person. Whatever, we can do all of that. That includes, and plus you get with that you get a special swag bag that includes.
They're amazing too, Mike. We're filling them up.
Amy,
they're cool. They're
Amy's
really
every single event Amy does, there's a swag bag, and they're always good.
Really
I mean, you could literally we're gonna have a teeth pulling party, but you get a swag bag.
Root canals. No.
So you're gonna get a swag bag.
They're really coming together.
But and of course for rest of us that night on the
26th.
I almost said 28th because I was looking at the RSVP date. And on the 26th there, that you'll come just like our previous events, where you'll drive in, you'll come up, you'll present your name, we'll give you your tickets, you'll go through. Usually you'll get a chance to buy some bread or some salsa.
Some bread.
And I defy you to not want it to go through. We tempt you on purpose, but
that's funny. That's funny.
But and so we do, and then from there you'll ride on over to Peppers. It's a very well-oiled machine, and you'll go through the little line there, and literally you don't even have to get out the car. You give them the ticket that we just gave you. They trade it out for a bag of food, and then you go home and enjoy it.
Just to clarify, it's on the 5th Street entrance if you haven't partaken. But you have to go to the museum first. But once you go to Peppers, it's not the main entrance. It's the 5th. It's off the 5th where the City of Roswell entrance is.
It actually works out from where you are at the historical side. You can just pull out, hang a Louis, and then turn right on 5th, and it's right there. So, it's right there. Can't miss it. But talking about the organizations that we're honoring this year, and yes, this is all, the fundraising and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, we're also using this as a tool to help, these other organizations out. I know if you go to our website, the RoswellNMhistory.org, you'll find kind of a wish lists or needs lists for all of the organizations, including Harvest Ministries here. But I know one thing you and I were talking about at the beginning of the summer was you're kind of in that boat where you need more volunteers.
We really are, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first of all, thanks to Amy and the Historical Society
Mm-hmm.
and our community. We have an awesome community. We really do. We couldn't do what we do without the involvement of the people and food drives and that sort of thing. But we need volunteers. So normally we have between 40 and 50 volunteers that, come in and out. Some work every day, 5 days a week. Some of them have volunteered for 10, 15 years, 5 days a week.
They could retire because they've been doing it for 20 years.
They have great retirement in heaven, let me tell you, because we don't pay them.
I'm about to say the benefits package is it's all in here.
The benefits package is out of this world. How about that?
That's right.
Okay. So, but we have others who just come 1 day a week, and 3 hours during our distribution. And so we really, right now, we're down to about 35 volunteers, and that still sounds like a lot.
But the amount of food you guys move,
right?
That number could probably be twice that number, easy.
We could easily use another 20 volunteers. But if we have just another 10 volunteers, even if somebody comes once a day, 1 day a week, for the 3 hours of distribution, that fills a void. Because right now we have 2 or 3 slots. Just different things. People have gotten older. Some people have, I've got a couple of people out, one with a knee problem, one with an ankle problem. We've had other people just move on. And so we're at a point right now where we really, for the first time in the 13 years I've been there, we really need volunteers. I've always bragged, our volunteers
been blessed.
And they still are the best.
Sure.
We've got wonderful
Well,
volunteers.
the problem is volunteers get older, just like, what I mean?
They do.
And backs and things. And let's face it, you start getting in your 60s and 70s, you're like, I can't sling these boxes anymore.
Well, try 90s.
Or 90s, yeah.
2 of our volunteers are in their 90s.
Yeah, the 90 guys are laughing.
Cool.
You young
That's
whippersnapper,
amazing.
sling that box. I'm 67, so.
You're exactly
90,
right.
that's
If you're in your 50s and 60s, you're the whippersnappers at Harvest, because a lot of our people are in their 70s, 80s.
I got to
and
remember
90s.
that because there's days I don't feel like it.
That's true.
I get perspective.
But we do have some younger people, fortunately, who help do the heavy lifting. But yeah, we really, if you could even, if you're free to volunteer Monday through Friday,
it'd be great.
An hour, 2, 3, on 1 day a week, even if we had 5 or 10 volunteers who would do that, those vacancies would be filled. So right now we're doing double duty, and sometimes, like yesterday, we couldn't do showers for the homeless because we had no one to work the front desk.
Gotcha.
And
So the services are being limited.
Services,
Yeah.
every once in a while, not often, but
Right.
we have had to do that a few times. There have been a few days we had to tell them, sorry, we can't do laundry today. We don't have anyone to work back there. So it does affect services when we're just 1 or 2 people short.
Gotcha.
And
So really, it's
somebody who
we're
could
at
fill
critical
in,
need right now.
Yeah, somebody could just fill in 1 day. You have just met the need for that week.
And I would offer this too: is yes, it'd be a blessing, and you're really helping some great people in our community. But at the same time, you're going to find it's going to feed your own soul a little bit.
Absolutely,
doing the
yeah.
work and doing the good stuff. At the end of the day, you'll be tired, but you'll feel fulfilled. I don't know if I can if there's a way to explain it any better, and you just know it when you feel it.
And I think people know that. That's
Yeah.
why we have volunteers who've been there as long as they have. Some
Yeah.
have been there longer than me, over 20 years. And
Yeah.
so next year we're coming up on our 25th anniversary. So almost 25 years here in
crazy.
Roswell. Out of the back of Pastor Ruby's pickup.
About to say, from there
Amen.
to this
Yeah.
empire today, Enterprise.
To
really.
almost 1 million pounds last year. What were we? About 2,000 pounds short of 1 million. Wow. And I'm thinking, couldn't we have run one more truck?
Right?
Really? Just one
That
more truck
final
and we had pushed over 1 million, but
No, not that light food. Give me those cans of lard. Load
Really,
that. What's
really.
that? A ham? Yeah, pop that bad boy
anything
on
to
there.
get us over 1 million. But no, we were just a couple of thousand short of that last year.
No, that bread's too light. Give me the steak.
That's funny.
But that it is impressive, and it's the double-edged sword. Because it's impressive that much food's getting to people who need it. It's also, when you think about it in terms, it's like we have that big of an issue where 1 million pounds is still not enough to
When
feed
you go to
those
the
that
grocery
need
store
it.
right now, my wife and I, it's very repetitive that we say the same thing every single time we come out. How much did that cost?
Right.
So you come out and it's
Right.
$150 and you've you've got a basket that, it seems like a few years ago you could have gotten the same basket for $60.
Exactly.
It seems that way. Maybe it's not that extreme, but it is so expensive to buy food right now.
I remember, and I'm not trying to be old man. I remember Coke was a nickel,
Back in the day.
but I remember when my wife and I
do remember when Coke was
but that, when I say that, but when my wife and I were first, a younger couple, and you're broke, and we'd spend $100 or $150 on groceries, and that'd be good for two of us, probably a month or 3 weeks at least. Now you can't.
That's a week's worth.
If even,
Hopefully.
And sometimes we come out and think, well, did we didn't even hardly get anything for the rest of the week.
Well, and then you can get into the whole nutritional thing, and it's the food you can afford is hot garbage. It's things that don't have the nutritional contents that the whole foods and in the fresh produce and fresh things provide.
So fortunately, we have great donors. We have great retailers. Shout out to Walmart, Sam's, Target, Albertsons, Mrs. Baird, Bimbo. Those retailers really, they're the lifeblood. They are the constant, the everyday pickups.
Those are the doing the heavy lifting.
That's right. Then, of course, during the fall and winter months and spring, our school drive, food drives from the schools.
We're starting to fire those back up here now.
They keep us going with the boxes and the cans and all of that because we don't get a lot of that from the stores. We get produce and meat and frozen and perishables, but we don't get that many non-perishables.
And that's where the public comes in.
That's where the public comes in, the schools. Yeah,
people don't realize this is kind of what we talk about it usually in the beginning of the summer. Is that's kind of the dry season for Harvest Ministries and places like it across because schools are one of the major resources for donations. It's no different in blood donations as well too. They have the same issue. One of the biggest donators of blood are high schools, so those dry seasons do. So that's why we tend to see try to do some. That's why the letter carriers, the postal service, does their deal at the beginning of the summer to try to help kind of catch some of that drop off there. So
I got to speak at a Vacation Bible School earlier this summer, and so my theme was the boy with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Fed 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And I said, but really, it is kids that supply our food. Of course, it's the adults supplying the kids with the food. But it is the kids, the schools that supply us all through the...
kids of that gel putting together.
They are. They keep the canned and boxed goods coming all year long.
Absolutely. Amen. Which kind of gets back to the volunteer thing. I'd love to see families do it. Bring your young and teach that value of service together. If you're alone, if you live alone and things, man... If you're looking to beef your social circle up, volunteering is another great way to do it. I'm pretty sure those volunteers that have been there together some 10, 15 years, I'm sure they hang out socially too. They go to dinners together.
Family. We really are.
Probably do. Maybe go on. Who knows? They probably a couple of vacation together. It gets. That's what you're creating your own little family circle. Kind of.
We do have families that volunteer during the summer, and then we have some homeschool kids, families volunteer during the school year.
That's great.
Wonderful.
So we do, please reach out onto that and volunteer and continue to donate too. As and I always want to ask: is there a direct drop off? Like if someone can just drop off a cans, because I always hear about through other people. Can you literally walk up there and say, "Here's a can of food"?
Yeah,
I kind of figured you could. I just
happens
never
all the time.
I never thought to ask.
Getting ready to leave yesterday, a guy drove up in a black pickup and said, "Hey, I've got some stuff to drop off." So,
okay,
sure.
I kind of assumed, but I just never thought to ask. It's like, can you directly just drop it off there? It's always through other entities.
When I stop
by,
they literally are backing up.
Yeah,
right.
That's awesome.
So please bring food. Bring.
And as we're coming into the fall months, so we're going to start having our coat drive as well. We will. So if you can imagine, if you're homeless, you don't carry your coat through the summer. Although there are a couple that I don't know how they do it, but they wear a hoodie all in 105 degree, and they're walking down the street in a hoodie. I don't know how they do it.
Of course, I've also seen some where they have the shopping carts, and I'm like, I think they own more things than I do. Because there's literally stacked this size. There's bound to be a coat in there somewhere.
Yeah. Sorry for the grocery stores that lose their grocery carts that way, unfortunately.
Literally, I'm like, I don't own that much stuff.
But most of them don't keep their coats through the summer.
Gotcha.
Right.
And then you have other people, families, kids, don't have coats for the kids, and they'll give us a call, or they'll come by and say, "Hey, do you have any coats for my kids for school?" And so, gently used coats, and we don't need dress jackets. We don't
they're not going to church.
we don't need nice leather jackets.
No.
Go ahead and if you're going to get rid of that, give it to the Roswell Homeless Coalition thrift store, and we'll sell
let
it.
someone buy that for a business outfit or
something
something.
that a person can just wear on the street or when they're sleeping at night. Yeah, a coat.
Casual coats
and also sleeping bags. If you haven't been camping in 10 years and you've got those sleeping bags, you want to donate. Every year we have to go out and buy several because when it gets into the real cold months, January, December, or December, January, February.
And sometimes supply and demand's not always available during that time too. I've heard where everyone's buying them and no one has them anymore to buy. Yeah. So if you've got them hanging out in your sheds or what have you that are perfectly good, you just haven't seen a camping trip in a minute, then maybe you ought to donate it and let some folks get some benefit out of that too. But I would even imagine if you got even pup tents and stuff, I'm sure they could hand some of those.
The city's not real happy with us giving out pup tents.
Well, I know,
but if they're donating,
tell them if they promise to go outside of city limits, you can set up your tent.
We do have some that are doing that.
You can sign a thing. You got to set it up outside of city limits. Sign this piece of paper. That's how we'll fix it. We'll be all right there.
There are several tents around town, but we don't encourage that. We want to support our city as well. And
Absolutely, I get
we
it.
absolutely
I
understand where people stand on that. I wouldn't want a tent in my front yard.
I get you.
But but they're going to be somewhere.
I'm just saying.
And when we were going to city council all those years ago fighting for the Roswell Homeless Coalition, and everybody's saying, not in my backyard, I said, they're already in your backyard.
Exactly.
All over town. We're just looking for one place to put them.
Yeah.
And so thank the Lord. In the city, we finally got them.
Let's be honest. When's the last time you've not gone to Walmart and seen a collective group of folks there, either just hanging out or panhandling or whatever?
Right.
It's impacting everybody. And this is, including them. Now, obviously there's folks that don't want help, and that's their right. But for the rest of those folks, if we can do simple things to get them out of these, half the time, it's just getting them to a place where they can get attached to benefits and things. But the problem is, without an address, without a physical place that people can correspond with them, there's no way for them to get into the system. So that's the rub.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And so that's what we're dealing with a lot of stuff on.
And we have in the 16, so 8 years, we have cycled so many people off the streets. I would say every year. In the early years, it was 30, 40, but in the last few years, 50, 60 people cycled off the streets into homes, into jobs. And just think of if all of those people were still on the streets, adding all that up. I mean, that's the Roswell Homeless Coalition now. I'm also on the board for that. That it started out of Harvest.
Absolutely, it's kind of a part of the umbrella.
A sister organization, but we've got our own 501c3 at the Roswell Homeless Coalition,
but it's like
Pastor
a
Joel
kissing cousin. It kind of burst over here.
He's been leading that for most of that time. Done a wonderful job. So, we all work together, Mike. We really do.
Absolutely,
with, all of the other agencies and these other agencies that are being honored as well. They're our partners as well. So,
I'm about to say, I'm sure you guys...
Even Fort Claris has donated bread and I believe pecans to us in the past.
That's cool.
Yeah, the pecans at their
that
place.
Is so cool.
That's amazing.
Speaking of, we need to talk a little bit about, we got to give them some...
Before we segue into the Port Clares, I just wanted to read on behalf of the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, the 2025 Heritage Award, Beacons of Hope, presented to Harvest Ministries for 23 years of dedicated service to our fellow men, women, and children, for touching many lives, for feeding hungry people, for assisting the homeless, for distributing Bibles and millions of pounds of food, and making Roswell, New Mexico, the surrounding area a better place to live. So we just celebrate the legacy of Harvest Ministries. And as you were talking, I was thinking how far it's come, because I attend Grace through Pastor Ruby. And then I was thinking, where will we be 10 years from now? People always, we live in a society of seeing the glass half empty. On behalf of the Historical Society, we celebrate positivity. And I was thinking, where are you going to be in 10 years? Millions of pounds. And I pray hundreds of volunteers.
Yes, we would love that.
The future is bright. And God has put his hand on your ministry, to sister ministries, and the best is yet to come. So thank you for your work.
And let's face it, too, you guys are also you're the conduit for other people that are, You know, there's other organizations that help people, but that you help them. Yeah.
Well, and when we're at Community Kitchen and where's the food come? Harvest Ministry.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what people don't realize. And it literally started with a man in the back of his truck sitting on Main Street.
A man with a vision.
Yeah, opening up his trunk and handing out food till it was gone. You know, that's kind of, and it went from there to this major operation, you know, and that's so.
Well, it's the hub of food distribution in Chaves County now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amen.
And actually, we have Roadrunner coming down today.
I think it's so cool, and they're coming to the museum too.
Oh, awesome!
And I was just thinking that it's this full circle. You're on the radio, and we'll go give them a tour, and I'm sure they'll be with you.
Yeah.
So praise the Lord.
Yep,
this
they're
is we're just honored to be a little part of celebrating your legacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much.
Yes,
Absolutely. Well, please, again, give out the website if people want to read a little bit more about Harvest Ministries.
Okay, harvestmin.net.
Very good.
M-I-N for Harvest Ministries, harvestmin.net.
Very good.
Awesome.
And then, of course, you can always just come on by the shop here on Main Street. It's about a block from where we're downtown here.
North Main.
Yeah, come on by and, you know, like I said, if you come at the right time, they'll hand you an apron, put you to work, and say, all right, let's move
Maybe
some boxes.
Maybe a hairnet and some gloves also.
There you go.
Yeah.
But really, if you'd like to volunteer, please. They're if you can, a day a week, whatever you can offer, we would love to have you join and be a part of it. And trust me, I think once you get in there and you see and you start going, you're going to think, man, this is. I'm just saying, when you start serving others, sometimes your own problems go away. That's all. I'm just saying it has a way of working out sometimes. I'm just saying. Good deal. Well, let's talk a little bit about our other honoree. At this year's
just in honor of the Port Clare Monastery, I will read the award. We have been in communication with all four of these organizations for months now. We communicate with all of them regularly. We're making an intentional effort to put our hands in with them to honor the legacy. So let me just read the award for the Port Clare Monastery. Beacons of Hope presented to the Port Clare Monastery of Our Lady of Guadalupe for years of dedicated service in preserving local history and for constantly striving to make Roswell, New Mexico and the surrounding area a better place in which to live by living a life of prayer, community, and joy. So I just wanted to make you aware of certainly you do not have to be a Catholic to participate in their amazing legacy. You can always call them directly, follow them on Facebook.
Have you ever called the prayer line and they asked what faith I was?
I have the hotline number memorized, 622-0868, if you just have a prayer. But we have been in communication with them. They're not able to participate on the radio. We will be playing a little recording.
Yeah, I have an excerpt.
And we just, familiarize yourself. Follow them on Facebook. They have been surrounding us and living a life of prayer and honoring our community. And if we think that hasn't impacted our community, we're poorly mistaken. Even in the testament of Ron Malone, even you guys, they bless and continue to bless. And it's all individuals of faith.
Absolutely.
And whether you believe or not. But we have a little recording.
Yes.
And through the text, which I just want to give a shout out. I was born and raised Catholic. And I've told Pastor Mark, when you get text messages from the Port Clare Monastery, that's just the next level blessing. And that's just so cool from the hotline getting text, right? But let me just say this. It is an excerpt from Mother Mary Angela's chapter conference on the vigil of their celebration of the 75th anniversary of Foundation Day. So, and it is noted, may God bless all. So this is a recording, and anybody that participates in our event, and I'll leave you with this, in the blessing bag, are very unique 75th anniversary commemorative booklets that you wouldn't be able to obtain. And those were donated in honor and loving memory of Kathy Arden. So her husband donated these books. Yes, we had to get them printed. So if that is not a little extra blessing to participate, you're going to have to participate in this event to get that. So
Absolutely.
There you go.
It's an extra little collector's
Yes,
piece there.
yes.
Very good. But again, as far as getting your reservations here, thank you to Peppers for giving us
thank you very much.
a couple extra days here. You've got till Monday. This is it, folks. There's no more extensions. This is we're running out of days to extend to have the extension. So please reach out to Amy. You can shoot an email, historydirector@outlook.com. You can always call the actual historical society?
It's 622-8333.
She hasn't memorized. I have to go look at the paper. You can go to roswellnmhistory.org there as well. Or if you just know where Amy is, track her down and say, hey, give me a ticket.
For sure. And the last but not least, if you can't participate in the event, we are collecting items for all of these four organizations and before and after the event. But let's not put that off. Let's get them their volunteers. Let's get them their wish lists. Come on. We're an amazing community. Let's get off the fanny, stop watching TV or whatever.
Is there anything that the Poor Clare Monastery, with some of the items they're kind of, I'm just curious, what are they looking for?
We jokingly say they're fruity. They love fruit.
Okay.
Frozen, canned, fresh fruits.
Okay.
We're kind of fruity too. No, I'm just kidding. But there's many things.
We got a few nuts in with our fruit.
Unique things, matches, unique things. It's a unique list.
Okay.
If you go online to YouTube or social media, guys, take a moment. Put the social media aside, go to our website and look at their wish list.
Awesome.
And I plead for people that are coming through the drive-through, collect some items for each of these organizations.
Absolutely. Yeah,
if you can call Harvest Ministries and say, in honor of Beacons of Hope, we're getting you volunteers, that would touch our hearts. If they can do their work, praise the Lord. That's what it's all about. We all need volunteers, and I'm going to encourage all of these organizations to connect with each other. We need to go to them, and we'd love for them to come to us. We're all in this together, and I think if we did, we could get the help we need.
Absolutely. Well, and let's face it, the need that Harvest Mission, all these organizations are addressing, will never go away. It will always and continue. I hate to say grow, but that's likelihood of what it's going to happen here. And so we constantly have to be, put it this way: Harvest Ministries is going to do as long as they can do it, whether they've got one volunteer or 100. They're going to keep trying.
Yes.
I'm going to take a stab that these other three organizations are going to do the exact same thing.
Right.
So let's rally the troops. Let's go ahead and say, hey, let's lesser hands, more hands make less work. That is so much true in this. And if you can donate a couple hours a week or a couple days a week or whatever it is that you can donate, that would be amazing. And everybody do their little part. And I say this every time: if every person in Roswell of age, of that ability to pick their passion and volunteered and worked at it, whether it's youth sports or youth things or working with homeless or working with other organizations or historic, whatever that is, pick your passion. And I don't think any organization would have volunteer issues and things like that. So please consider helping out, volunteering, donating for sure, all this stuff. And when your kids start asking for canned foods to bring to school, load that bag up for them.
There you go. There you go.
I think we'll leave it. We'll end it here with our excerpt. Excerpt. That's trying to word the word I was trying to get out here with the Poor Clare Monastery here, and then again, history director at outlook.com, roswellnmhistory.org. 622-8333.
And Pastor Mark, I'm just honored to sit at the table with you.
Yeah,
and we should have sat at the table
Thank
a long time ago. Mike serves on our board, but we're here now. Doesn't matter. We're here now. Now they're stuck with us.
And we appreciate
it greatly. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate everything that with the ministry, and tell every one of those volunteers, even those ones that have been doing it since. I imagine there's probably even one or two that they remember out the back of the car over here. Might be one. Yeah,
really close. Yeah. It was over in the old church building over on 6th Street. Yeah.
Okay. Some of that veteran maybe, but
that's awesome.
And so we thank for their lifetime of service. We do appreciate that. And we hope they inspire the next generation to keep that baton going.
Yes.
Good deal.
Amen.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And then, like I said, we're going to end it here with our clip. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. This is our excerpt from the Poor Clare Monastery.
Thank you.
75th anniversary of foundation. So it is a beautiful time in community, and one which will be surely for each one of us deeply infused with thanksgiving that God has given us so much and such a wonderful legacy. And I was thinking of that again. I remember back when our dear Mother Frances died, and then later during Foundation Days, thinking of our inheritance, our patrimony from the past, from our foundresses. We think, what did Mother Immaculata, Sister Antiara the Great, our dear Mother Frances, Mother Veronica, etc., what did they leave us to live on, as we say? What was their bequest to us? And they really left us immense riches when they came on foundation and lived the Poor Clare life here in Roswell. I was thinking about Mother Immaculata and many the other sisters too, who were Chicago natives. I'm not too sure which ones were, but several were, I believe. And it would have been a great sacrifice to leave Chicago. That was their homeland for a far-off and very different place when you think about Chicago and Roswell, and just the scenery for one thing, but living in a very Catholic culture in Chicago at that time, very urban and probably rather sophisticated, to come to Roswell in the desert and kind of country folk. It would have been a very different experience, and they left with willingness. They knew it would be very different. It was. And to thank God for that initial sacrifice for all of them, of course, but in a very special way for Mother Immaculata. We know it cost her much to leave Chicago. And I think she left us her deep fidelity to the Poor Clare way of life. We look at her conferences and see how she loved our life and wanted to hand it on in its pristine purity. And one very special gift she left us is the beauty and simplicity of our choir and chapel.
All city council members were told this week that the update of the billing software caused some problems, so that means the next 2 billing cycles for residents will include 45 days of service. City staff reminding residents they are still paying the same rate for service, only the billing cycles are extended from 30 to 45 days for the next 2 cycles. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. President Trump is on his way to Anchorage for a high-stakes summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin at a U.S. military base. The president believes both the Russian and Ukrainian leaders are ready to make peace.